Hello, mic testing. Hello, and welcome once again to another live stream of SYWK podcast. And tonight, the special is horror stories from the Middle East. It is something very exciting for me personally because I am currently staying and working in a Middle East country, and to share some exciting stories from the Middle East is going to be fun. So stay tuned. And if you're watching this once the live stream is over, make sure to follow the timestamp, I mean the time code. And also at the end, I'm going to announce something special. So stay tuned till the end, and let's start the live stream. So for people who are there on Instagram, I am mainly doing my live session on YouTube. So do join me on YouTube. Okay, before I go ahead, I'll just like to check my sound. Join me on YouTube. Okay, before I go ahead, I'll just like to check. Yes, my sound is perfect. Okay, everything looks fine. Yes. So yeah. So for people who are new on my stream, you know what to do. If you enjoy horror stuff, if you like listening to horror content, do subscribe to my channel. And for people who are on Instagram right now, do join me on my YouTube channel. I think so. Kevin is there on Instagram. So Kevin, if you want to listen to the horror stuff, the stories which I'm going to narrate, I am basically live on YouTube. I've just kept Instagram open. So Kevin, if you're there, do join me on YouTube. And anyone who's there on YouTube, for today's live stream, as I said, it's all going to be about the Middle East horror stories, stories from Dubai, stories from Kuwait, stories from Saudi, all different Middle East countries. But if anyone would like to join the stream, they can join. How? By clicking the link in the YouTube's description and joining and sharing and talking. You can just come, say hi, you can do whatever you want. If you want to talk to me, if you want to share some experience, just anything, so I am available. So the stream will go for almost an hour. So before I begin with the stream, I would tell you what basically I would be doing for today's live stream, because sorry, I just had dinner. And yes, before sorry, before I forget, I would like to tell everyone sorry because I was supposed to start my live stream at 10:30 Indian Standard Time, but I went out in the evening with my family, and then we went for shopping, and then after that we went to have dinner, and it just became late, so I had to start late. But I will, but I will do something exciting which will keep you excited. Okay, so to begin with, I would tell you what would be happening in today's live stream. Okay, so Kevin, I think so. You're still there on Instagram. You need to join me on YouTube. If you cannot find my YouTube link, either go on YouTube and type SYWK podcast, or else on my Instagram bio, you can find the link. You can just click on that, and immediately, you will be there on YouTube. Okay, so today I'm wearing a cap because I cut my hair, and I has I've not uh, combed my hair, so it's a little bit messy, and I just came in hurry, and I just started my computer and started doing the live stream as soon as possible. So yes, so today what we are going to do is, uh, I'm going to narrate a short horror story from the Middle East. Then after that, I'm going to give you an horror update, basically what is new in the horror genre. Okay, is there any new book come out, or there's a new movie come out, so I'll give you an update, so whoever loves horror content, they can be up to date with my live streams. Then I will be reading some articles about some haunted places in the Middle East. Okay, and then if anyone would like to join the stream, they can join the stream, and they can discuss and talk. I am not sure, but right now my camera is not proper. There is an issue with the camera. Can you guys see me clearly? Because right now on the screen it is showing that the camera is uh not stable. So if you guys can see me, if you guys can hear me, just uh mention something in the comments so that I will know that you guys can see me. Anyways, I wasted a lot of time, almost 8 minutes. So without wasting any time, I will be sharing one story. Okay, let me name this story, and the story goes by, the title of the story is My First Paranormal Experience in the Middle East. So basically, I am narrating, reading a story from a website called as yourghoststories.com. So people who like to read stories, you should check out this website, because it's similar to what we are doing right now, what I am doing right now, where I'm inviting people to share their ghost stories. So basically, that's a website where people come share their ghost stories, and in a text format, and YouTube is something different. So anyways, so the story goes this way. Okay, the title is My First Paranormal Experience in the Middle East. So I will read it, and then I will explain it to you as well. So the article says that there is a couple, okay, who uh, shifted to Dubai from their hometown, and in the article there is a specific location as well, called as Al Safa Area 2. Now I'm not sure, people who are from Dubai, they will have an idea. So this is basically a story from Dubai, and the area name is Al Safa Area 2. Okay, so now they shifted to Dubai, and this was in 2011, and they had 3 kids at that time. Okay, and just give me a minute, there is some lagging. Yes, sorry, my bad. Okay. Yes. So the person's name who has written this is called as Naveen Pradeep. Okay. And he says that it was in 2011 that we moved into the apartment. And on the very first day, my wife woke up screaming from sleep at around 2 a.m., saying she saw someone standing near the bedroom door. I just rubbished her, saying this maybe it might be a new place and that is why you are imagining things. But after this incident, one or two such incidents kept happening, and whenever my wife said something about this, I used to either make fun of her or try to convince her, saying that these are all, your misunderstanding. She often told me incidents like lights getting switched off, TV channels automatically getting changed. Though I believe in paranormal though I believe in paranormal presence, I did not want to show that, as she might get more scared. It was during that time my kid started walking, and it was during that same period when I myself got scared and understood that really something is wrong with our house. Since he was our only son, he used to play alone with the toys. But only then we slowly realized and noticed that he was not playing all alone. We could see him playing and showing his toys as if there was another person with him. Also, we noticed that our son often played at one particular place where my wife claimed that she saw someone standing on the very first day of us moving into this apartment. I felt a shiver run down my spine. On the same day, at around 5 p.m., my son was there in the bathroom playing in the tub. We remember that the lights kept going on and off, but after some time, when my wife went to have a check, she was stunned to see the lights were completely off. My son, who seemed like playing with someone until that time, suddenly stopped and gave a wicked smile, looking at my wife. On hearing my wife scream, I immediately rushed to the place and took my son out of the bathroom. We immediately came out of the apartment and went to a nearby mosque to seek help from the priest. He told us that there is a ghostly presence in the apartment and that we should not stay there any longer. He also said that sometimes the ghostly figure looks like me and sometimes my wife, and that's the reason my son was not scared at all. He said most of the incidents that we had actually experienced, he did not tell the details. For the next 10 days, we did not get into the apartment and managed to stay in one of my friend's house, and we and then when we finally vacated the flat 3 months before our 10-year contract expired, now we moved into a new apartment and by God's grace did not experience such incident. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is something, scary. So I will explain to you guys, the story overall. Sorry. Something got stuck. Okay, so the topic is my first paranormal experience in the Middle East. So basically, there is a couple. Okay, the person's name is also there, Naveen Pradeep. He has submitted the story on this website called his yourghoststories.com. So what he says is that when he moved to Dubai, Okay, he moved to a new apartment with his family, and they had three kids. And out of the three kids, there was one who was a son, and the other two were daughters. So basically, the story focuses on the son and the parents. You can leave aside the daughter. Now, the first day itself, when the couple moved, the wife witnessed something strange. And that was, she seen someone standing, towards the corner of the bedroom. And she got scared and she told her husband. Now, the husband just disbelieved everything and he said, just keep quiet. Nothing is wrong. Even though he believed in paranormal stuff, he did not wanted to scare her. So he said, just let it go, leave it. So couple of months went by, and then the son, okay, it was time for him to start walking. That was the time, maybe 7 or 8 months or 1 year. That was the time when he started walking. And that was the time as well when they actually felt something strange and supernatural in the house. Was because when the son started walking, he started playing with his toys, and they started noticing that he was not playing alone. He was looking at someone, and he was showing the toys. He was talking, he was smiling, he was interacting with someone, but the parents could not see. And the creepiest part was that he was looking at one particular wall, and he was interacting with that entity. And this was the same wall, or this was the same direction where the wife had seen something during their first night when they had shifted. So when the husband, or when the father, got to know that this is happening, immediately he took his family and went to the priest, and they discussed about this. So the priest told them that there is something supernatural, or there is some entity in your house. The apartment is haunted. But the creepiest part comes here. The creepiest part is that that entity, or that spirit, used to take a form of either the mother or the father and play with the kid. That is why the kid never got scared of that entity, because it used to take the form of one of the parents, either the mother or father. And that was the creepiest part, because you just imagine this, because sometimes some stories, when you read them, they are not scary, but if you imagine and if you think, if this happens to you, or if this would have happened to your child, how would you feel? So when I read the story for the first time, I read this, you can say, couple of weeks before, it just stuck with me, and I was just thinking that if I, as a child, would be playing with my mom, and then eventually I realized that was never my mom, it was a ghost. Think how creepy it would be for that child. So that was the story. And yeah, once again, I would like to say, if anyone is there on Instagram, then do join me on YouTube, because that's the main platform where I'm live right now. And for people who are watching, first of all, thank you for coming. If you're new to my channel, my name is Desmond, and I narrate and I talk and I do everything related to the paranormal, so you can like the stream, because if you like it, YouTube will push it, and we can grow in terms of, we can make a community where we can interact with everyone who loves to listen and talk about ghost stories. And I prefer more people who come on my channel, come in my studio, talk to me. I get excited, because how long will I talk to myself? Really, how long will I talk to myself? So if anyone is there on the stream and they would like to join me, and they would like to talk, or they would like to become a co-host, then do join. me. The link is there in the description. Okay, just click on the link, come chat, say hi, hello, how are you. If you're feeling, that you're feeling shy and you cannot come, at least send me some chat messages on the chat or something. I'll feel that koi to hai, otherwise I'll feel that this live stream is haunted and no one is there. Sorry. Someone said that doctor on wheels. Through that, through what? I think so. I When I was narrating the horror story, maybe on that. Is it what? Anyways, yeah. So tonight, whoever is there on the live stream, I would like to tell them again that it is a Middle East horror special, and we will be especially I will be narrating a lot of Middle East horror stories. So now let's go. Till anyone does not come, I will go to another story. Okay, so now this is a story which is not written anyway. See, what I like to do is, I don't like to narrate the stories which are already there on the internet. If you are a horror fan, trust me, you go down the streets, you call your grandmom, you call, your father, mother, speak to your cousins, and that story is what you will get. Especially your, elder people. That stories are never found on the internet. And I'm not saying that, all the stories are true, but what our parents have experienced is something crazy, really crazy. So now I'm going to narrate a story which my father told me. Okay. So it is a combination of Middle East and India. Okay. So now my dad, okay, he is been living in a Middle East country called as Oman for almost 50 years. Back then, when he was young and when he came to this country, he came not by flight, not by road, but by a boat. Can you imagine that? Anyways, this is not related to the story, but I'm just giving you a history about my father. He's been working here, hardworking man. Respect him. So the story goes this way: that when he came to the Middle East, he was a bachelor, and when you're a bachelor, you don't get a complete apartment. Okay, you either get like a porter cabin or either you get like a sharing apartment. Because back then in the Middle East, whenever you would get a job, the company would provide the accommodation and transport. Food, you can take care of, but accommodation and transport the company used to take care of. So now my dad was new to the country. He did not know anyone. So he made friends by staying here. And obviously 50 years, if you stay in one country, obviously you'll know half of the country. So he had one roommate who was also his colleague, and they never met before in India, but they both were from India, from different cities. So late in the 80s and 90s, when people used to come to work in the Middle East, uh, they used to work for almost 2 years, and after that they used to get their annual leaves, and then they used to go to India. Like how now it is more relaxed, where after 6 months also, you can go on vacation. Now it's more relaxed, but back then after 2 years only you were allowed to go back to your country, and the company used to even keep the passport. So it was very difficult to do all that. I'll just pause a while. Glenn, if you're there on Instagram, I am basically live on YouTube. I cannot accept any, request on Instagram. Come on YouTube, and then we can, then I can bring you online, and then we can discuss. So, anyways, going back to my story. So now there was a close friend, colleague, roommate of my dad, and they stayed for almost 10, 15 years before he getting married together. They used to go to India, not together, because he, my dad used to go, then after some months, then his friend used to go. So let's name my dad's friend as Michael. Okay, so now my dad's name is Cajutan, and his best friend name is Michael. So now Cajutan tells Michael that, I want to go to India, I'm missing home, I'm missing family, and this and that and all. So Michael also tells the same thing, because obviously they stay for 2 years away from family, so you will obviously miss. So then it was my father, he went to India, he had his vacation, and he came back. Now it was Michael's turn to go for his annual leave after 2 years. Not, you can't say annual leave, but you can just say it's a leave. So it used to be for 2 months. Okay, after 2 years, 2 months, 60 days vacation. So now he's gone to India. So now Michael is basically from somewhere, in the interiors of Maharashtra, and my father is basically from Goa. So now Michael went, and it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months, 4 months, Michael has not returned. And back then, they used to not have phones. People used to have pager, or people used to write letters and communicate. Phone was not very accessible, and Michael was from a village. Okay, so even though STD and all that telephones used to be, it would be very extremely difficult to contact the person. So everyone in the company assumed that Michael did not want to come back, so he just didn't come back. And there was no way that they could have contacted Michael, because Michael was living somewhere in the interiors of Maharashtra, which was extremely difficult to reach. Then my father was extremely sad, and he was like, because so many years they spent together, and how he did not tell my dad, that I am not going to come back, and this and that and all, because my dad had told Michael, bring this from uh India, bring that from India, blah blah blah, jo bhi hai. So now it was my dad's turn to go to India. Now this 2 years already passed, Michael had not come, and my dad worked for 2 years in the company, and it was now his turn to go on annual leave. But since my dad stayed with Michael for so many years, he was attached, like, very best friend, or you can say like a brother almost. So when he decided to go to India, he made sure that somehow he will search Michael, and he will go and question him that, क्यों, like, क्यों किया आपने ऐसा, why you did that, why you did not inform me. And my dad, being an emotional person, he reached to India, and the very next day from Goa, he took a bus and he went somewhere in the interiors of Maharashtra. He somehow knew the address, because obviously for 15 years they were together. So definitely they must have shared each other's location and this, that. And also somehow he managed to reach Michael's village. Now, somewhere in the interiors of Maharashtra, I really don't know which village. Okay, even if I tell you, it won't be very famous village, but somewhere in Maharashtra, somewhere in the interiors. So he reached to a particular place, and it. He left from Goa in the morning, but till reaching there, it almost became 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It became. So now he did not know what to do. He was very tensed. Then he asked also, some people, some shop was open, some shopkeepers, he asked, where is Michael staying, and this, that, and also they directed him here, there, this, that, and all. So he reached to a point, okay, where he has to take a ferry now, not a ferry but a small boat, to cross from point A to point B. And the river, it was like a river or a sea, whatever it was. Maybe you can say it was a river. You can't say it is a sea, it was a river. And it was, the distance was hardly 5 to 10 minutes. But unfortunately, the timing of the boat was, I think so, 9:30, the last boat, and my dad missed that. And he found out that Michael stays on the other side of the river, and there was a small village there also, and there are many villages. So my dad understood, and he got to know from the, the neighbors and from the villagers, that Michael stays on the other side. Now he was tense, he did not know what to do. And like, my dad was not so rich also that he'll book an apartment or book a five-star hotel and stay the night and then go next morning. And there also, in the village, where you'll find a five-star hotel, that also in the late 80s or 70s. So he decided to wait there only. So he was waiting near the this, and he asked someone, then when is the next boat? So they said that 5 o'clock in the morning will be the first boat which will come from that village to here, and then they will take you there. So he decided to wait. He waited. Then somehow, he had something, and he decided that there only there's a footpath. He'll go to sleep. So waiting, he fell off to sleep. Then suddenly, after some time, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, someone woke him up. And the person who woke him up, guess who? You guys know who it was. It was Michael. It was Michael who woke him up. Okay. And my dad was shocked to see that, oh shit, अबे तू क्या कर रहा है इधर? Like, that expression, what the fuck are you doing here? That was his expression. And when you are in your sleep and then you're searching for a particular friend and you're seeing that friend after 2 long years, you won't ask any logical questions. You will only ask, Ari, what you're doing here? I missed you so much. Where were you? Why you did not tell me this, that, lauda lasun jo bhi hai. So my father was so excited to see his friend Michael that this sat there, okay, and they chit chatted a lot. Where were you? This, that, this. So the story was that Michael said that I was, all ready to come back after his vacation, but something stopped him, and he decided that, I cannot move ahead, so I'm stuck. So my father asked him, Are, for what? Financially, you're stuck. What? If you need some money or something, tell me. I will provide you. You come back. The company is still searching for you. You can still come back and work. So Michael kept saying, No, no, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I cannot come. I cannot come. This, that, whatever. So talking, no, it became around 4 5 o'clock, and then my father said, chal yaar, abhi, let's go home. I want to go home, and I want to use the washroom and this, that, and all. I want to have breakfast and all. So Michael said to my dad that, see, the first boat is going to come now at 5 o'clock. You go. I will go to the market, which is on the other direction. I'll bring something for afternoon lunch, like fish and this, that, and all, and then I will come. So you go, take the boat, and the second house itself is my house. So you go meet my mom, she's there, everything is there. So my dad said, no, I'll come with you. But then Michael insisted that, anyways, you are tired, you didn't sleep properly, you go rest for some time. I'll just go get the groceries and come back. So my dad says, okay. He takes the boat, he goes there, and he reaches there, and he is greeting Michael's mom, hello auntie, this, that, and so Michael's mom is confused. Abhi ye kaun hai? Like, early in the morning, who is this person? Then she asks him, Are, who are you, son? So he says, Are, I'm Michael's uh, friend. We used to work together. I was very angry with Michael. Where was he? When he came back from his job, he did not tell. Why he did not tell? This, that, and all. But when he started talking about Michael, his mother started crying, and crying bitterly. So my dad was confused. Abe, मैंने क्या ऐसा बोला कि that she got so offended. So my dad asked his mom, "Auntie, what happened? Are you okay? Did I say anything wrong?" In that process, okay, when my dad was talking to Michael's mom, my dad's attention went towards the wall and he seen Michael's photograph with a flower hanging on the photograph. And then he was shocked and he was confused and he didn't know what to do. And that is the time when Auntie said that we are really sorry, son, but we lost Michael 2 years before when he was crossing the boat to go to the airport. The boat had some technical issue, and whoever was there on that boat drowned. And the worst part was Michael did not know to swim. They somehow survived the other passengers, but Michael was one of the persons who died in that accident. And when my father heard that, he just sat down and everything went down. He didn't know what to do. He was completely shocked. He said, "How is this possible?" He told Michael's mom that I met Michael early in the morning, opposite side of the river. How is this possible? So she said, "No, you are lying," and this and that and all. So basically, the story is that my father met his best friend who was dead. And Michael kept saying that I'm stuck here, I cannot move ahead. Is because he died there. He drowned and he died. So it was an unnatural death, and his soul kept haunting that place. Oh, you can't say haunting, but his soul just got stuck there and he didn't know what to do. So that was a creepy ass story which my dad told me, and this I was in the 8th or ninth standard. So can you imagine my dad telling me this story when I was that young? Till now I get shit scared when I remember this incident, because for me, whenever I read a ghost story or I watch a movie or anything related to paranormal, I start imagining things like, I start imagining, Are, what if it would have happened to me? Like this story also about about me and my best friend. I wish my best friend dies. That is different. But I would not want to meet my best friend after he dies. I don't want to meet the ghost. Seriously, it will be very scary. So that was the story which my father told me. So, how did you like it? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, like it. And there is only one way to support my channel, and that is by subscribing. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And for people who are on Instagram, and for people who are on Instagram, uh, what I have to say, huh? For people who are on Instagram, come on YouTube. I'm mainly live on YouTube, so I'll see you on YouTube. Okay, then doc. Sorry, I could not react to the chats. I'll be reacting to the chats now. Doctor on Wheel says, "Nope." The fact that how long would you talk to yourself? दिल पे लग गया यार. This is very, you know, it's hurting me right now. Doctor on wheels, and you're doctor, and you're on wheels. You can understand my feeling. I cannot talk to myself. I cannot. I need a co-host. There was a sweet person who had messaged me on Instagram a couple of days before that she would like to be the co-host, but I'm not sure. Maybe she got busy, or I don't know. Satish. Chota Danny is on Instagram. Chota Danny, I am live on YouTube. So come on YouTube, okay? Chota Danny. Oh, talking about Chota Danny, Priyanka is also there live on YouTube. Hey, Des. Hey, Priyanka. Are you still there? You are my one and only favorite co-host. Can't say co-host. It's your channel. टाइम है तो आ जाओ. टाइम है तो आ जाओ. सनी ब्रो, come on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. So आ जाओ यार, आ जाओ. So yeah, so I have narrated two stories. Now I would go to the next segment, which is called as horror updates. So this is a new segment in my live stream where I talk about, it's basically like a news where I'm giving you the updates, but whatever updates is there in the horror genre. Okay, so now the first update is there is an amazing web series, or you can say yeah, you can see a web series on YouTube. Okay, the YouTube channel name is this. 1 minute, let me type it. DK Films. Okay, DK Films is an upcoming YouTube channel which creates amazing kick-ass content, but it has different kinds of content in terms of, superheroes and very different kind of contents, but their content is good. So the horror update, what I need to tell you is, I will share the screen. Just give me a minute. Share screen. Crop DK Films. Okay, now I am sharing the screen. Uh, just ha. You can see my pretty face. Yes, you can see my pretty face. So the first horror update is basically, you must check out this YouTube channel called as DK Films. But on this YouTube channel, there is a new series which has been released. It's just the first episode which has come out. You can see, you can read it as well. It's called as Chalawa. Okay, and the first episode is out. And for people who don't know what is Chalawa, I'll explain it to you. But for people who know what is Chalawa, it's basically, I don't know what it is. I also need to read and tell you. So let me read what is Chalawa. But if you like horror content, especially from the upcoming artist, then do check out Chalawa, which is a web series. So just type DK Films and type Chalawa episode 1. So I'll explain you also what happens in episode 1, so you might find it interesting. So basically, the story goes that there is a cop and there is a criminal. Now the cops, they need to shift this criminal from one prison to another prison. But this this prisoner is not a human. He's a Chalawa. Without even touching the other person, he can kill. Basically, Chalawa is like a demon, you can say, who can, shape shift. They can take a different form. They can take a form of a animal, or of a human, or something like that. And so the story goes this way, that the cops need to shift this prisoner from one prison to another prison. But the main fuck up is that a lot of cops have resigned because they tried shifting this prisoner from this prison to another prison, but they were not successful, because whoever tried to harm him or touch him, by unknown reasons, the cops or the havaldar, whoever, started dying. So this is what they showed in the first episode. Trust me, it's going to be interesting. Uh, Chalava. Chalava. Let me. Even I need to know what is the meaning of chalava. Henchod इधर लिखा ही नहीं है कुछ meaning. But I will find out what is the meaning of chalava. If anyone knows what is the meaning of chalava, do let me know. But in terms of horror update, you need to check out this YouTube channel, the first episode. Let me go back to the this. Hey Priyanka, yes, I'm still here. Ah ha ha, Priyanka is not going to come. Oh ho ho, Sash boy, do the five. Priyanka saying, hi Sunny, long time no see. Hey, what's up? Just a little busy with work. Let's catch up soon if you're in town. Maki, I would give some bad words now. He's telling Priyanka, let's catch up. But may abhi live. He's not saying, I will come on the live stream, I will share some story. Nay, he wants to do मीटिंग इन पुणे. अरे मैं भी इधर बैठा है, मुझसे भी कोई बात करो. हाउ लॉन्ग आई विल टॉक टू दिस कैमरा. पक गया यार. जिसका Priyanka saying, yeah, I'm in, let's meet up. See, Priyanka is also saying her voice is not, she's not well, this, and she wants to meet. Who's this nonsense? Dezu. What is Thalavia? ये क्या है वो? पता नहीं. Or Saliva. ये क्या है ये? What is the meaning of that? Ah, Chalava. Okay, someone is there. Doctor on Wheels. Chalava means illusion in English. Oh, yes. I'm so dumb fuck that I forgot this, but thank you, Doctor on Wheels. Yes, Chalava means illusion in English. Correct. Does you also come down soon? Lolo, our horror tour is pending. अरे बाबा, हम आएंगे आएंगे आएंगे, हमको पता है, हमको पता है. So basically, yes, Priyanka, Sunny, Doctor on Wheels, whoever is there, check out this YouTube channel called as DK Films and watch the first episode of Chalawa. Okay, so I am stopping this. I'm back to the screen. Okay, now if there is anyone, maybe Doctor on Wheels or Sunny or Priyanka, if you would like to come and share your stories, please do. I'm waiting. कोई तो आ जाओ. At least come and say hi, na? Hi, and then you can leave. Okay. So I don't mind that. And I'm also live on Instagram. If anyone is there on Instagram, I am live on YouTube, my friend. Please do join on YouTube. I think so. Sherry Fernandes is there on YouTube. I'm waiting for you because you told me that you'll be sharing your ghost stories. Divyani is also there on Instagram. Divyani, I'm waiting for you to come on YouTube and share your ghost stories. I'm waiting for you. India wants to know. Doctor on Wheels, where are you off to on your horror tour? Basically in Pune. So Priyanka and Sachit, who are there on my chat, they were the first guest on my first ever episode on SYWK podcast, and we three love talking about horror stories and everything basically about horror. And both Sachit and Priyanka, they both are based in Pune, and we had planned that we will do a horror tour in Pune where they can take us. But last time when I went to Pune, no one even spoke about horror. Everyone was doing something else. Anyways, Sachit is saying, have you seen it? Are you talking about the YouTube video which I was suggesting you? Yes, I seen the first episode. It's quite interesting. And basically, there is another interesting series or drama, basically a Pakistani drama by the same name called as Chalawa. That is, you will get it on YouTube. This type Chalawa Pakistani drama. Okay, and you will find it. Let me see if I can find it. I will show it to you guys. That is also quite interesting. And the lead of that drama, web series, whatever. Beautiful. She's beautiful. Yes, I have got that Lava episode with English subtitles. TV drama. Just give me a minute. I will share that too so I can show it to you. So yes, I if you guys can see this, can you guys see it? I hope you guys can see it. This is also something very exciting, you should watch it. It is more uh, like a drama, like the Indian serial, but not overrated, not overacting or something. Point to point, but yes, they stretch the story for a longer time, but a very different perspective and a very different point of view on how Pakistan creates stories and interesting stories. Trust me, this, at least this what I have seen, it is interesting. You cannot sit and binge watch it, but in a week or in a day, one episode you can watch it. It's more than enough. So you can see here, and you can see this character, episode 2. Nice clean special effects, not unwanted rubbish things, but beautiful story. Okay, so yeah, you should watch the Pakistani drama also, Chalaba. Also the Indian web series from DK Films, you should watch that as well. So don't watch it right now. First wait for my stream to end and uske baad jao, ठीक है? अभी मत निकलो. Doctor on Wheels, yes, I also wanted to know that. Oh, will you be vlogging that? Why not? I can. I can. Yeah, saw that episode. Yes, Doctor on Wheels, where are you from? Which part of India you're from, or which country, or wherever you are from? Do you have any stories to share? Who is there on Instagram? I want to know. Who is this 5 people who are there on Instagram who's not coming on YouTube? Please come on YouTube, my friends. West Bengal. Oh, West Bengal. Somewhere near Kolkata. Oh my god. Two streams before, there was a beautiful person who came on my live stream. He even joined the live stream. He also was from West Bengal, Kolkata, and he was telling me there are a lot of, uh, you know, stories related to black magic in Kolkata, and we were having a very cute, beautiful conversation. So I actually want to do a series of black magic which has been covered in Kolkata and all different other places, because the country where I'm living, which is Oman, I don't like to say this, but there is a city called as Bala. Okay, and there's a fort in Bala. It's called as Bala Fort, and they say that that small city or that small town is ruled by jinns, because in the Middle East there are a lot of jinn stories, and so I will try to research about this jinn and black magic, and I'll try to make a series on that. So now, this was the horror update. The last part about the horror update is, if you guys like to read, okay, just give me a minute, I'll type that. If you guys like to read, okay, then you should check out this book. The author name is Dr. Siddharth Nirvan. He's a doctor by profession. I will share the screen again for you guys. Yes. Okay. So I'll share the screen. I hope you guys can see the screen. Yes. So the book is here with me as well. okay, but you will not able to see it properly. It's called as Dead People Town, but I have put that on the screen as well. Sorry, I had my dinner. Please excuse me, getting burps. So I brought this book in the month of January, but I'm so fucking lazy. Can't say lazy. I just got busy with work and busy with editing and this that, and I did not get time. I just read two books. I brought basically couple of horror books. I read two books. One is Haunted, and there's another book called as Possessed. Amazing. I have narrated an episode. I have narrated a chapter as well, which I've converted that into an episode, and it is there on my channel. You can check it out. But I just got little bit free, and then I decided to read the next book. I had promised this author because I have interviewed this author as well on my channel. You can check it out that as well. So I promised him that I will read it. Now, fun fact is, for me, horror is ghost, chudel, chalawa, demons. For me, horror is not, uh, you know, like zombies or something. And this book, by reading the title itself, you can make out Dead People's Town. The end begins now. It's basically about zombies. And I was never a fan of zombies. Never, never, never a fan of zombies. And whenever I used to watch the movies also, I used to not get scared. Like if I watch like Annabelle or some like this that kind of horror genre, then I will enjoy. But the fun fact is, anyways, I brought the book. Anyways, I had to give a review, and I interviewed this author almost a year back. So I'm still late in terms of giving review and making an episode on this book. And I kept delaying because I said, it's not exciting. But to be very frank, I have reached to the seventh chapter as of now. Okay, and trust me, the way he has written the story. Okay, Dr. Siddharth Nirwan, the way he has written, basically, he's from Rajasthan and he's a doctor, and he has basically written about a hospital where there is some sickness, and because of that sickness one person gets infected and they turn into creatures, zombie, blah blah blah, and the whole hospital is going to get shut down, and this and that and all. Very interesting concept. But the thing is the writing, the way he has written it, and the way that suspense is there, that I want to know what's going to happen next. So currently I'm reading this book. You can see that on the screen as well. So if you like the zombie, movies or stories, do check it out. And even if you don't like it, trust me, if you read it, you will get that interest because the way he has written. And if you don't get time to read, wait for my episode. I'll create this story into an audio format. I'll not narrate the whole story, obviously it will be wrong from my side, but I'll create something very short, and then I'll put it. And definitely, for sure, after that, once I narrate the story, you will read the book. I'm telling you, his writing is brilliant. I still don't understand that, why in Bollywood right now people are talking about remakes and this and that, and why the directors and producers don't fucking take time, sit for bhenchod ek din baith ke read na these books. Give the authors the credit. Convert these books into movies and web series. This book he has written has a web series because there are so many characters. You can make a proper Netflix or Amazon show. We need to know such stories, not remakes. So yeah, reading the chat, that's good. That's going to be a good topic to cover. I believe you're talking about the black magic. Yes, it is. Doctors on Wheel. Actually, it's the Benno Kodor railway station, which 39 kilometers from Purulia main city, which is haunted. Oh, I'm not sure if I pronounced that the railway station correct, but Doctor on Wheels, if you are comfortable, can you come and share something about uh, this railway station or this city, what you're talking about? It would be fun for me and for everyone who's there on this show. Divyani is saying that, hi, I want to share a story, but I'm unwell. I'll DM you if you don't mind. You can read it. Yes, please DM me. But Divyani, what you do is don't DM me because I cannot exit from this YouTube live. Just come on YouTube and just put that whole story on the chat. I will just read it. So that would be best if you can. Doctor on Wheels is saying, nope, you did not. Yes, I did not. I did not pronounce this correctly. Mm. Priyanka is saying, really, please come and share your story, Doc on Wheels. Yes, yes, yes. Divyani, yeah, come on YouTube. Like the stream also on YouTube. Because, firstly, whoever is there, the first question is, have you liked the stream? Yes. If you have not liked, like it. It will push. YouTube will push. So you need to like. And yes. Okay. Now, without wasting time, this was the two क्या बोलते हैं उसको updates in terms of horror. Okay, now going to the next thing is, I am going to tell another story. Okay, and just give me a minute. Let me find the story. Okay, just give me a minute. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to read this story. So the story is from the website called as yourghoststories.com. Uh, let's put this here. So the story title, or you can say, yeah, the topic name is Ghost House. The story took place in Dubai, UAE. I shit. I just got blank for a second because I could not understand what this person wrote. It is very difficult to do that. But yeah, I'm not going to let me read the story and then I will narrate the story for you guys. Okay. Actually, I've read the story, but okay, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to narrate it. So basically, there are two siblings and they are born and brought up in this Middle East country, UAE, in a city called as Dubai. And they are from a particular place called as Karama. So people who are from Dubai, they will know where Karama is. So a lot of Indian kids, are born and brought up in the Middle East, and they are very different as compared to the Indian kids, because Indian kids have a lot of access to go out and travel, this, that, and all. But the Middle East kids, they don't have things to do. Either they go to the mall or they'll go to school, or a lot of very different activity which they do. So the story says that these two siblings were always home because their parents used to go to work. The siblings used to go to school and come back, and most of the time they were at home watching TV or doing this or doing that. So one afternoon they were sitting and they were watching something, and the elder kid, okay, let's name the elder kid Priyanka, and she had a brother whose name was Sunny. Okay, so now Priyanka was watching something on the TV, and then she felt that someone calling her name, and that also she felt someone calling her name from the other room. So when you are doing something and suddenly someone takes your name, you just do yes, what happened? So without realizing that other than her brother, no one else was there. So she just said yes, and she started walking towards that direction, and that voice came from the kitchen. So she assumed for that fraction of second that her mother must have called, because it was definitely not her brother's voice. So she went towards the kitchen, and then she didn't know what to do, because she heard her name, but when she went there she could not see anyone. So she did get little bit scared, but she didn't get scared in the paranormal way, or she didn't see a ghost or something. She just got scared, Are someone called me and then there's no one. And then she realized, Are Bhencho, there's no one at home. It's just my brother. So she just ignored that and she started watching TV. And then she started watching. Parents came, they had dinner, this, that, and all. And the kids in Middle East are so stuck at home, they don't know what to do. They don't have that much friends. So she started talking to her brother, and talking. Uh, you know, they fell off to sleep. But the thing is, that incident what happened with Priyanka in the afternoon was still there somewhere in the mind, in your subconscious mind, that thing always remains. So now Priyanka gets a dream. The dream is that her parents are crying, and they're saying that we need to leave the house and we need to go back to our country. Everything has been destroyed. And then in her dream, she just turns back and she sees someone standing near the kitchen and smiling. You can't even say smiling, laughing. And in a very creepy way. Extremely creepy manner. So this all happened, and she got a start and she woke up, because this everything happened in her dream. She got up, cried, she told her mother. And obviously, when a kid has a nightmare, the parents will always try to pacify the kid and say, Are, it's okay, baba, let it be, it is just a dream, this, that, and all. So the mother did the same thing, went to sleep. Next day, got up. When you get up, sometimes you remember your dream and sometimes you don't remember your dream. So for Priyanka, it was that, that kept going, running in her mind. Arey, who was that lady? Who was that lady? And that time, she did not connect the dots. Later on, when she realized that something bad has happened, that is the time she connected the dots. So you know normally also, if you go through a bad dream, it will just take maybe a day or so for to forget that. So it was the same thing. Priyanka forgot about it, and months, you can say, like almost years went, and nothing happened after that. Now, after, you can say, 4 or 5 years, something bad happened with the family, because Priyanka's dad had a business. He had taken a loan, I mean, like a house loan in India, so that they can build a family home in India. His business went flop, and that Dubai, at one point of time, Dubai market just crashed. So during that time, his business just went haywire. He could not get any profit, just going in loss. He did not have funds to even pay the house EMI as well. So everything was bad. And that same scene, the same incident came front of Priyanka's face right now, where the parents are crying. Priyanka and Priyanka's brother are standing in the hall, and Priyanka's parents, especially the mom, is saying, "Daughter, we are in trouble and we need to move back to our country." And Priyanka, being a Middle East kid, never liked India. She always, because she was born in the Middle East, so she always enjoyed that. So she never wanted to go. So she said, "No, no, no, mom, no, I don't want to go, this, that." And also, her mom said, "No, daughter, it will get okay. We will go back. We will come back after few years. Don't worry, this, that, and all." And then in that process, I don't know now if this is in a subconscious mind or this is actually happening or this is happening in a parallel universe or a parallel world. She started hearing someone smiling. And she didn't know what to do. So she turned back, and to her shock, she seen the same freaking female who she had seen in her dreams couple of years before. And the same incident is happening. Like it's like a deja vu for her. Like everything is happening the same thing. But the creepiest part was Priyanka told this to her mom, that I can see one auntie standing there. Why is she smiling when we are all crying? And Priyanka's mom just ignored her because obviously Priyanka's mom was in another mindset and they just wanted to leave this, that, and all. So, till they don't pack the bags, till they don't leave the house, that lady was there. Where? In the kitchen. She was throughout the time. It took maybe a day or so to just pack everything and leave, because on immediate basis they had to leave because they were just done. Dubai market had was just gone. It had crashed. So in a day's time they left. But till Priyanka was there in that house, she could see that lady standing there. She was not harming anyone. She was just giving her creepy smiles, creepy laugh. Pain shot. I'm getting scared in my own room. I could hear something moving in the room, so I got scared. Anyways, getting back to the story. So they left the house. Now it's been couple of years. Priyanka is a teenager now. You can say 18, 19. And she still does not know who was that lady. And her plan is that she wants to go back to Dubai and she wants to go to that apartment and try to find out the history. So that was the story, guys, that, you know, she's seen a dream which was 6 months, 1 year, 2 years before. Obviously, you will forget that dream, but that dream was so scary that, it stayed with her. And then the same thing happening. And the worst part was that none of them, including Priyanka's brother, could not see that female. Only they could see each other. And that also, you're seeing another person, and that person is just giving you creepy smiles. So that is something scary. So yeah, hey Aviral, if you're live on Instagram, basically I am mainly live on YouTube. So do join me on YouTube. The fun, the conversation, the chit chat is all on YouTube. I just kept Instagram live so that people get notified. Pain showed Priyanka saying good vibes. I got scared telling my own story on my own stream because the door or something, just moved or something. And while narrating the story, I got scared. That is why I need a co-host, Baba. Others गांड फट के हाथ में आएगा. I'm telling you. Ah. Priyanka, sorry, Divyani is saying was not possible for me to put the story here because it does not take this big comments here. I have messaged you on WhatsApp. If you can check it, then it will be well and good. Okay, Priyanka, let me do one work. Let me check if I can get my WhatsApp because I'm live on Instagram, so I cannot go out from that. Anyways, she's saying it's an interesting story. I wish you can read it to all of us. Why don't you come and share? Don't feel shy. You can put the camera off and talk to me. Otherwise, with my wife nicely, you will talk. Pachapar, pachapar, pachapar. Every day in the evening when I come back from work, this female, Dekho India, ye dekho, this female, Divyani is talking to my wife and talking every day. But now she cannot come on my channel. The story is from my hometown. A young boy got married and lived happily. This is a scary story. A young boy who got married and he is living happily. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. We silently go through depressions and used to hallucinate often, but nevertheless, he has much more willpower he wanted. My God, your full story you have put here only. What? Fit fit it off and give a new start. Hence, he got married. One fine morning, as usual, he got up around 6 a.m. and went. Divyani, if it is coming in parts, then I will not able to narrate it the way people would want to hear, and that fun will go. Did you send it to me on WhatsApp? Just let me check. Yes. Oh my God, you had so much time to read this, to type this. Okay. The story. Okay, let me read the story. Just let me read the story. What I can read. The story is from my hometown. A young boy got married and lived happily. We has silently go through depressions and used to hallucinate often. But nevertheless, he has so much willpower, he wanted to fit it off and give a new start. Hence, he got married. One fine morning, as usual, he got up around 6 a.m. and went to have chai in the tapri that is at the entrance of my colony, as we are still neighbors to his parents. But there is a twist in this story. He met all his friends at 6 a.m. for chai. After an hour's time, his mom called for him and asked to come over for breakfast out of his room. There was no response for quite a long time. Finally, his younger brother broke the door and saw him hanging. Oh my God. They were shattered, and it all happened when I just returned back from my 12 standard tuitions. Around 8 a.m., and the biggest twist in the post-mortem report says he died at 2 a.m. that very early morning. But but the friends claim he met them for chai. Oh my God, Divyani, this was something scary. I remember you telling me the story. I remember you telling me the story. Pachapach, pachapach. Dude, but this story is scary, huh? So that guy, he went to have chai in the morning, and after that they came to know he committed suicide. And as per the post-mortem report, he died 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. But yes, this is something what I believe, because when you die an unnatural death, your body and your soul still takes time, especially your soul still takes time to believe that you have gone to the another dimension, or you have gone to the another world now. Because in my last or before stream I had told about a Zomato boy, a Zomato delivery boy. It's a very short story I would like to tell. uh Before I tell you, okay, tell me how do I join. It's better you read, cause you do it well. Arey Baba, if you want to join the stream now on my YouTube, wait, I'm putting the link on the chat right now, and the link is also there in my description. So either you can click the link on the chat right now, or either you can click the link in the description and join the stream. It's very simple. You don't need to download anything. It's just a free app. Just click on the link automatically. You'll get connected to the camera, this, that, and all. You'll come in my studio, and then I will, get you in. So meanwhile, Divyani does not come back. Since we were talking about Divyani's story, that that person committed suicide, but still his friends witnessed him in the morning, for chai. So I was talking about this, Zomato delivery boy horror story in my last stream, 2 3 streams before. But I would like to tell you guys again. What happens is, when you die an unnatural death, it takes time for the soul to understand, you know ki you're fucked in general. So there was a guy who was staying alone in Mumbai, and he reached late from his work, and he was dead tired, and he wanted to have dinner. So around 9 10 o'clock something, he reached home. So he decided that he'll order food from Zomato, and meanwhile the food comes, he will go and have bath and do some other things. So he got so engrossed in doing that other things, having bath, then he spoke to his mom, this, that, and all, that he didn't realize that he ordered food, and it is almost 1 hour 2 hours that the food has not been delivered. And then when he was ordering the food, he's seen on the app that it will take hardly 25 30 minutes, but now it's an hour, it's become 2 hours that the food has not been delivered. So he decides to call the restaurant owner directly, because he often used to order food from there. So the restaurant guy says, अरे ये तो निकल गया, बहुत पहले निकल गया, ठीक है मैं चेक करके आपको बताता हूँ. So the owner tells this guy that I will check and this, that, and all. But this guy who ordered the food, he was hangry means angry and hungry ka beach mein, whatever it is called. He wanted to eat, but he was not getting his food. So he decided to give bad reviews and all, to this restaurant and to Zomato. He wanted to put on Twitter this, that, and all. Meanwhile he was doing all that, he gets a knock on the door. So he goes and he opens the door, and he knew that it was going to be the delivery guy, and he decided that he's going to, abuse him and going to just fight with him, because how can you take 2 hours, and the restaurant is not very far from his apartment. So the minute he opens the door, his anger, all his anger comes down straight, because he sees the Zomato guy bleeding of blood from his head. Blood is just dripping. So he asks us, अरे क्या हो गया, आप ठीक हो? So delivery guy, he did not respond to that, but he's what the delivery guy said is that, sir, मुझे माफ कर दो, ये आपका खाना. But when he raised his hand, there was no food. So both of them, the delivery guy and the person who was going to take the order, was confused, and he asked, खाना कहाँ पे है? So the delivery guy said, oh sir, मुझे माफ करो, शायद से मैं भूल गया. I'll go get the food from the dicky of my bike and I'll come. But before all this, the guy who had ordered the food, he asked the delivery guy, "Arey boss, you need any medical help or this, that, and all?" The delivery guy still did not respond to that. He said, "Sir, मैं 2 मिनट में आता हूँ, 2 मिनट में आता हूँ." So he goes down. So now this delivery guy goes down, and from the other side, the phone rings. Tring, tring. So when the phone rang, the guy answered the phone. So from the other end, it was the restaurant owner. The restaurant owner told this guy, "We are extremely sorry. We will send you the order again." But the delivery guy who went to, who was coming to deliver, met with an accident and died on the spot. So when this guy heard this thing, he got shit scared. He said, "What? This is not possible. This cannot be." He just, cut the call and he went running down to see the delivery guy, because he could start connecting the dots, because there was blood bleeding from his head, and this owner is telling he died on the spot and all. But when this guy went down, the bike was not there, the delivery guy was not there. He was more shocked, and to confirm that, he was imagining things, he went to the watchman near the entrance and he asked, "Koi aaya tha kya Zomato se, ya XYZ?" So the watchman said, "Nahi, koi nahi aaya tha." So apparently what happened is that this guy witnessed something supernatural, super creepy, and the Zomato guy, he was in so much of hurry that he died in that road accident. But his body, his soul did not realize that. And he still continued the journey till he did not reach there. And when he reached there, that time he must have realized. So this was the story which I read from this website called as yourghoststories.com. And this story freaked me out. And yes, Divyani, what you told, that sometimes when you die, it takes time for your soul to realize that you're off. Yeah, Doctor on Wheels is saying there is a link in the description. Sorry, Doctor on Wheels. Yes, you already narrated the story on the previous stream. I'll be joining soon. Just wrapping up with my work. Sorry, you had to listen to this again, but I was just connecting both the stories and trying to, make a point that it takes time for people to realize once they are dead. But Doctor on Wheels, I would really, really love to, see you sometime on my stream. I mean, sometime on my stream by coming and joining and, talking to me. Where is Divyani? Divyani said how to join and blah blah blah. Link diya kidhar hai kya pata, chalo, blah blah blah. Anyways, it's 1 hour 27 minutes. I'm almost done because I had three stories. I, in fact, narrated four stories or five stories, and my format also is done because in the beginning I did the introduction and chit chat, then I narrated a short horror stories, then I gave horror updates as well. Then I, there are two more parts of the live stream. One is reacting to horror content, and the other one is your ghost stories. Your ghost story means the people who are watching. So, what I'm going to do is, yes, Divyani, I had shared this in my previous live stream as well, and I'm planning to make it like a proper episode where I'm just going to, write it properly, add some background music, this, that, and all, and give it a more scary effect. So yeah, the Zomato story is shit scary. Trust me, it is. It is shit scary. So meanwhile, people who don't like, people who would like to come, what I'm going to do is, since we are uh, the theme is the Middle East horror stories or whatever, I'm going to share an article with you guys where we are going to see the 7 haunted places from the Middle East country. Okay, so next time, if you are visiting these places, be careful. Okay, now I would like to know if you guys can see it. Yes, you guys can see it. I hope you guys can see it. Please let me know if you can see it. If you cannot see it, whatever it is, let me know. Yes, no, whatever. Okay, so this is a website. See, now this is a website. Someone must have put the information. So I'm not going to tell you it's 100% true, but there is no smoke without fire. So here we go. 7 haunted places in the Middle East that gives you the creeps. Okay, the first one is the haunted house of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The house only looks haunted. See, how old it is. Someone will sneeze and this will fall down. That's so old it is. Okay, let's read this. The most haunted house in Jeddah stands 100 meters or so from the sea front on the North Cornish. It is well known among the expatriate communities in Jeddah. Taxi drivers don't go near this house. People say that it acts as a magnet. Arab News have reported that 16 people have entered into this house and never came out of it. External world does not even know where they have gone till today. The government does not take any actions against it despite of several complaints by the residents of the area. uh Creepy looking house. Just like to plug in something, if anyone is there on Instagram, I am mainly live on YouTube, so do join me on YouTube. To find my link of YouTube, you can do two things: either type or search on YouTube called as SYWK podcast, or else simple thing, go on my Instagram bio and just click the link in my bio. Automatically you will open with the YouTube link, YouTube page. So come on YouTube, I am reacting to some haunted places from the Middle East. So, YouTube people, this was the scary thing. If anyone who has stayed in Saudi, if they have something, please do share. I would love to know. I've not visited this country, but I think so. Priyanka, who's there or who was there, I'm not sure if you're there or not there. But she has lived also in a Middle East country, in the country called as Qatar, and she knows the history of Middle East. So I wanted to know if you have visited Saudi and do you know anything. Okay, now let's go to the next one. It is Jairat Al Hamra, the Ras Al Khima ghost town, UAE. So there is a ghost town in UAE. Okay, people say if you go there, you're bound to see some spooky stuff. Usually jinns in the form of some animals, maybe goat or large cats. Tales of strange noises, chilling wails, and unexplained appearances are shared in huddled whispers around majlises and campfires across the country. Oh my god. I have never heard about this. Even though I'm there in the Middle East, I've never heard. I've gone to, especially Dubai, for quite some time, but never heard of it. Maybe next time if I visit Dubai, I'll try to see if it is in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, where this is. Let's try to go and visit. Maybe it can be like a tourist attraction as well, because they have put on the website, so definitely it will be something exciting. Let's go to the next one, which is Lebanon deserted hotel. Okay, so Lebanon also comes in the Middle East. I didn't know that. Maybe. Okay, the hotel was supposedly been built between 1922 and 25, but during the Lebanon Civil War, 1975 to 1990, it was deserted. Armed religious group occupied it. Stories of kidnapping, torture, murder, and death were the daily news in those times. All the stories were connected to this hotel where armed men would kidnap people, torture them, murder them inside. The owner tried renovating it after the war, but it did not work out as they thought it would. People were reporting hearing voices and strange sounds in there, so it was closed down for good. Dude, if you do such horrible things of killing people, definitely there is so much of negative energy. So I strongly believe in this negative in energies, negative positive energy. Like, if you go to this place, you will have a very strong feeling of negative energy, because a lot of bad things have happened. Why people go to a holy place and they say, Ari, you will feel calm and this that. It's your mindset, because when you go to the holy place, everyone comes and becomes calm. No one is doing bad things, no one is doing anything. So There's a difference between a holy place, like if you go to a church, temple, masjid and all, you become calm, you feel nice. So it's very important that you go to such places to be calm and to relax. Because you know when you're consuming horror content, it will start playing in your mind. So whoever is there, remember, do not consume so much of horror content that it will start playing in your mind. So relax, chill, and let's go to the next article. Oh, the mystical wall of Bala, Oman. Oh my god. I was telling you in the live stream itself that this is the small city in the country. And let me read the history basically. This desert oasis on the Arabian Peninsula is said to be the homes of jinns or jinnats who live in the palm grove and empty stone houses in the city center. Legend has it that one of these spirits built a city wall in one night, and whenever they try to renovate it, it is said to fall down in other areas. The fort is currently closed for renovation. Yes, staying in this country, obviously you make a lot of local friends, and the local people also have claimed that, not now, I don't know about now, but back then, when the country was not developed and when most of the countries were not developed, this city and the villages from this city used to do black magic. And I'll give you a simple term of how black magic is done. And this is what I heard from my Muslim friends here. So in my previous stream, I was talking about jinns. That was the jinn special. So I just like to plug in about that, jinns. So now basically, demons, jinns, shaitan, ghost, everything, it's just one. Like how we say God is one, but we have given different names. So the bad person or the demon, whatever, shaitan, it's just one. We as humans have given different names as per religion. Now, in Islam, in this Middle East country, they call them jinns. But the thing is, God had, like, the jinns or the demons were a part of God once upon a time. Like they were a member of God, and they had some conflict with God, and that is why they moved apart. So, to cut short the story, there is one kind of jinn which is the most powerful jinn, which is called as shaitan, or in simple terms, we can call it demon. So, God told shaitan, no, I mean, the shaitan told God, please bear with me till judgment day. So judgment day is basically, it is there in Islam, it is there in Christianity, that uh, Jesus Christ will come down and it will be a judgment day and he will judge or whatever. I don't want to go in detail in that, but shaitan told God that till the judgment day does not come, bear with me, and I will make sure that humans will do wrong things. So God said, okay, I allow you. I allow you to do all that. But you cannot touch humans. You cannot do anything. So basically, demons or ghosts or whatever cannot harm you, but they can manipulate you. I told this in my previous stream as well. They can manipulate you. So you remember, whenever you get any bad thoughts, it's the demon who's trying to make you do bad things. But you need to understand and you need to realize what is good and what is bad, and you need to decide for yourself. So this is the kind of a history of jinns, and I was telling you how people do black magic. So basically, I was telling there are different kinds of jinns or demons or spirits or whatever. So humans are the most scariest people than jinns or anyone in the world. there are some kind of humans, some type of category of people who do something that they overpower the jinns. And when they overpower the jinns, humans are controlling the jinn. In what way? By telling the jinn that do this, do that, make me rich, make that person ugly, or destroy that person's life, or XYZ. Basically, humans, after chanting a lot of mantras and this and that, doing a lot of different rituals, they capture a jinn and then they command the jinn to do something bad to the opposite person or do something good for themselves. But when they do that, they don't realize that eventually jinn who was captured by humans can reverse that, and can harm, or can yeah, can harm, or not physically but emotionally, or it can harm the humans as well. So a lot of people who do black magic eventually have a bad death, because the jinn reverse that and fuck the human at the end. So this is what my Muslims friends shared with me, and that is how I understood the concept about black magic and this and that and all. So yes, this is something scary, and this is a city in Oman where they do a lot of black magic, and till date people say that they do that. Divyani is saying they should demolish the haunted house in Jeddah. Maybe, I don't know. They should, I think so, because looking at that building, it feels like it can fall anytime. But they should. Let's go to the next thing. The building of Alexandra, aka Rosdi building. अरे इजिप्ट कहाँ से आया? I don't want to read about Egypt. Oh, Dubai, spoofy building, UAE. For well over 2 years, no one lived in building number 33 in Al Khoz Al Khalil Gate community. The owners put it down to maintenance issues, but those who lived there said it was much more than maintenance. There had been stuff, toothbrushes, mobiles, items that seemed to disappear and then turn up somewhere again later. A resident told Express shortly after moving into another building. 3 suicides have since taken place in the complex. Oh my god. The next story is also about Egypt. I don't want to go to Egypt there. They just want to stick to the main Middle East countries. Actually, in Dubai also, there are a lot of creepy shit going on, but they don't promote that. They don't tell that. Anyone who's there on Instagram, I would like to tell you that I'm on YouTube. So do come on YouTube. To find the link of my channel, just go to my bio and click on that. Automatically the YouTube live will start. So join me there. Now there are so many people live. I want to know who are there. This, can you say it's me? I am live, so I know who am I talking to. Definitely, I think so. There is Divyani. I think so. Priyanka was there, but she left and she went. यही होता है प्यार. We क्या करने का. Anyways, it's 1 hour 44 minutes and we are done. I will wait for 5-10 minutes and then I will end the live stream. But before ending the live stream, hello mic testing. Hello mic testing. Guys, can you hear me? Yes. Yeah, before ending the live stream, I would like to tell you another story, but this is a very short story uh, which happened in the country where I am living right now, Oman, Muscat, Oman. And see, the thing is, I don't like to take, the country's name, because the people in this country are very respectful and they don't want to promote their country in a bad way. They always like to promote in a good way. And so whatever I'm telling you, it's just stories, and I'm just not demotivating or bad mouthing the country. So the story goes this way, that there is a cousin of mine. His name is Alex, and he also has lived in this country for almost 25-30 years. From the time he finished his college, he was just settled here. He always lived here. Childhood, got married, got kids, so he's chilling his life. But has a resident who are living in this country, we cannot own a house. We have to rent an apartment. So every time, after a couple of years, you keep changing your apartment just for a change. New building is come, blah blah blah, rent is high, rent is less. So this happened in 2015 or 16, where my cousin wanted to shift because his sibling or his brother came from India in search of a job. But when Alex was staying, they were staying in like a 1 BHK or 2 BHK with his family. But now his brother came, so he wanted to take a bigger apartment so he can stay with his brother, and he can, have enough space for everyone. So he decided to go, to a place called as Rui, Rui. Okay, you can search this place on the internet. And he got like a villa kind of apartment kind of villa, where it was like a row house, like you can see a villa, a row, like a villa in a row house. I don't know what to call that. So there were like 6 to 7 villas, and out of that only one was vacant, and that was in the corner. So and it's difficult to get house because there are so many people staying, this that and all, and hardly you find any good apartments or good house vacant. So he did not think anything that time. He just took the apartment, shifted, this that and all. Rent was good, and in fact rent was little bit cheaper as well. So I said yes, good, proper, spacious, this that and all. They settled everything. It took almost 2-3 weeks, so they settled everything. And then one evening, they were sitting in the hall. Suddenly, from the kitchen, automatically plates and utensils and everything started falling, and falling from top to down. And then, when like a steel plate is, for steel plate, cup, spoons is falling from up to down, you know how loud that noise is. And it started getting very, you know regular. At the beginning, he thought maybe the plates were not kept properly, or this or that and all. It kept happening every second day, and every time it is falling, they're keeping. Okay, then after that, things, what happened was, uh, how to tell you, like, everything whatever he used to keep, like he used to keep his shoes in one place, or he used to keep his phone in one place, everything used to this go haywire. It used to like it used to feel like, someone took the shoes and just threw it, and threw it, like, thrown somewhere else. So he asked his brother, like, are you doing this? He asked his wife, are you doing this? He assumed that kids are there, so this, that and all. But then after a month, they sat down and they decided to speak to each other, and they said, what is wrong, this, that and all. And then they realized that it was no one in the family who was doing that. They were witnessing and experiencing something strange which could not be explained. And the best part was that he had a friend who was working in the real estate company, and he decided to just find out, you know the history. Because he met his friend, they met for a drink, and he was telling his friend, Are, this thing is happening, I don't know what, I am not understanding. And he, as a person, did not think about the paranormal thing. He just thought maybe something is wrong, rats are there, I don't know. He didn't go to the paranormal point of view. So then his friend, while drinking, he said, "Wait, let me find out the history about this place." So since he was working in the in the real estate thing, he got the history, and the history was that there was a Pakistani family who was staying there, and uh, there was a couple. The Pakistani was a driver, okay, a truck driver who used to drive this transport logistics going from one city to another city. So most of the time he used to be out, but whenever he used to be at home, he used to just drink and abuse his wife and hit his wife. He used to just trouble the wife. So in one fine day, the wife got fed up and committed suicide in that same house. And then after that, that guy, I don't know what happened. He went to the jail. He went back to the country. He also became mad, this, that, and all. So they say that they say that he's the Pakistani's wife still haunts that place, and she still feels that that is her house, because after marriage, when a couple moves, especially for a wife, she has set that house. She has set the house in this way, that way. So it's like a dream house for them, especially for the wife. And now my cousins, they went and they shifted there. So she did not like that. So she every time was getting very angry on when they were keeping such things here, this, that, and all. So she started just destroying things, that and all. The minute my cousin brother got to know the story, next morning, next morning, they left from that apartment, and he abused and he fought with the guy who he was dealing with. Like, how the fuck you did not tell me all this? That guy did not have any explanations, this, that, and all. And somehow then they shifted to another apartment, and then from then, uh you know nothing is there. Now, the interesting part, this happened in couple of years before. I came to Oman in the year 2014, and then I was living with my sister, and then we decided we should go for a bigger place, because I did have a room, but the room was small. It was too congested. So I said, why don't we move to a bigger place, because my mom also keeps coming here for vacation, my dad is also here, so we thought we'll move in a bigger place. And searching, we reached to that same villa, the row house villa. And the scariest part is that we were almost going to take that apartment, but by God's grace, COVID hit, and we could not get chance to shift, and we could not get to do anything, because we had already agreed. We said, okay, no problem. We were supposed to do the down payment, this, that, and all. But during that time only, it was in March 2020, COVID hit. And then we told him, wait, we assumed that in 1 week, 2 weeks time it will get over. That time we assumed. Who knew that it would go on for 2 3 years? So then, eventually we didn't know what to do. So we said, keep on hold now, we cannot pay, this, that, and all. Jobs also on risk, and we didn't know what to do. So then what happened, people started, in general, people started talking to their family members who used to not talk to that uncle. Also, you spoke to that uncle also during COVID time. Some neighbors, some chai wala, you have spoken to everyone during COVID time. So we also, apparently, we used to have the Zoom call, WhatsApp call. We started talking to my cousin, and then in that conversation, we somehow told that we are shifting there. Then he said, which apartment? Then we said, this apartment. And then he told us the history. And then we are saying, oh my god, thank god we did not shift there, because till date, that thing is, that the villa is still empty now. Also, like, I have shifted to another place, my sister has shifted to another place, but till date, I like, it is close by only. It's just hardly 2 minutes from my house. Till date, whenever I pass from that road, I look at that house. Sometimes I stop and I see also. Till date, no one has stayed in that house. I think so. People know the history, but the owners are trying to give it on rent, but it is not possible. And see the sign. I don't know it was a sign or no, but God helped us in terms of by just not taking that apartment. Okay, Divyani is saying, as you said, superstition. So the boy who committed suicide, his mom says he had gone out during his haldi ceremony. This is the time the body is weak and demons attack. Oh, okay, you're talking about the story what you shared. So you're saying, as you said, superstition. So the boy who committed suicide, his mom says he had gone out during the haldi ceremony. There is, I don't know, there is this myth, blind faith, superstition. I don't know what you can say, but at least my parents, at least from the city or from the village which I come, Goa, they say that once your haldi or once the rose is done, you should not go out, especially uh, females, and including the bridesmaid. And back then the bridesmaid had to be single, had to be like who are not married. But now the things have changed. People who are married also can become bridesmaid and this and that and all. So once I just asked my mom, why, what is the thing? Because everyone used to say they said it is not good, they said it is not good, but what is the reason? Who are this they? So my mom explained to me that especially for girls, when you are done with your haldi ceremony or when you're done with the rose ceremony, you have been blessed and this and that and all. Okay, the reason you cannot go out because there is a one kind of a ghost or a demon or whatever. I don't know the name. That name is in Konkani. I can't recollect. But that kind of a ghost attacks newly wedded wife, or the wife who, or the female who's just going to get married. Like maybe like they are virgin or whatever. Maybe it might be in that thing. Now in nowadays, it is that virginity is broken before marriage only. That is different. But back then, a virgin girl is more scary, at least in terms of my point of view, in terms of the supernatural thing, because there is a ghost which might haunt that. So that was the eh, sh- like a explanation which my mom gave, that is why you should not go out, because it will harm you. But the logical explanation is that you're going to get married next day, so it's better you don't go out, because if you fall ill or you fall down or your legs will break, hand will break, then simply so better sit at home, eat food, go to sleep, next day go and get married. It's very simple. So yeah, that was it. So it's almost 1 hour 58 minutes. People who are on the stream, please do like the stream if you haven't liked it. And if you have stuck till here, I really appreciate you, because 2 hours I was live, and we had a fun conversation. We had a fun life, because we spoke about so many supernatural stories, updates, and blah blah blah. People who have just tuned in, you can watch this again. I've narrated few horror stories, I have given some horror updates as well. So it's almost over. Doctor on Wheels is saying almost over. Thank you, Doctor on Wheels. Really appreciated that you stuck till here. It's almost over. I'm just waiting for 5-10 minutes. Like if anyone is there, like this, it's just a ritual. I just wait for someone to come and then at least say hi. So I'll not feel bad. Like कोई तो आया stream पे, वरना 2 घंटा आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग टू माई सेल्फ, तो बुरा लगता है यार, दिल से बुरा लगता है। कोई तो आओ, एटलीस्ट हाय करके, ऐसा हाय और जाओ, देन ओनली कुछ कुछ होएगा। सो आई वेट फॉर another 5 minutes, but yes, Doctor on Wheels, it's done. Almost over. Wait for another 4 to 5 minutes, and then I will end the stream. And also, I would like to know, firstly, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, do follow me on Instagram, because I'm more putting a lot of updates on Instagram. So I would like to know what next should I do on my stream. What like what should I cover? Like now I've decided to cover the black magic thing, which is from Kolkata and other places. So I want to know what you want to watch, what you want to listen to. I'm already in process of reading some horror books and converting that into episodes. So yeah, so before I end the stream, Dr. Kumar is there. I am not sure if Dr. Kumar is the same person or Doctor on Wheels. Yes, I can see him nodding his head. So I'm getting you live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Daz.
Hi,
Actually, I've
Dr.
been hi. Actually, I'm following you for the last around 1 week or so. And I've
Oh,
gone through all of your videos, and they're all
wow, that's
excellent.
nice. Thank you.
Uh, so since you know that I'm a doctor, and we are taught that we have to be skeptical in all our thoughts process and reasoning and all. So
Hmm.
obviously, me talking about paranormal stuffs will be like. Some people can laugh on me that yeah, you are a doctor and you are talking about paranormal stuffs, but actually these things are interesting, you know that, right? When
Yeah, yeah.
we were small, then we got used to be afraid of this thing.
Hmm.
So all we want to is like overcome our fear. And
Correct.
up till now, actually, when 2021 was over, it was a COVID
Hmm.
period. I actually completed my internship during that period only.
Hmm.
The COVID phase was the starting of the COVID phase was my starting phase for the internship. So before that, nothing much of a significant short happened with me.
Hmm.
But I heard a story. Heard a story. What it's a real life incident of my close friend. That would
Okay.
be a very long thing, but your stream has already been 2 hours, so I will just be
No, it's
talking about
okay.
a
I'm
small
here, na
incident.
paper.
Okay, so we yeah, that Begun Kodar railway station, which the guy from the previous video talked about.
Ah, yes.
That is actually haunted, but personally, I haven't. I have been there during the daytime,
Hmm.
so obviously, I won't be doing
You
getting
know,
something.
to tell you something before you say anything, there are two perspectives. Now, I don't know if you know, there is this paranormal investigator called as Jay Alani. He's quite famous. He
Yeah, yeah.
has his book and this,
I
that.
came to know about him
Yeah.
by through your videos only.
Yeah. So basically, there is another place in Rajasthan called as Bangad. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I've gone there.
apparently people say that it is haunted and this, that, and all. But the thing is, there are two paranormal investigators who I know. There is Jay Alani and there is another paranormal investigator called as Sarbajit Mohante. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They
He also
both
was
do
also there.
their, yeah, they both do separate works individually and all. So Jay Alani, who went to the Bangad Fort, he didn't find anything. But Sarbajit Monte, there is his videos on YouTube also. He found something. So
Yeah,
basically, first I used to believe that nay, this is just like people are just creating the stories. But now
yeah,
what I feel is that not everyone might experience what one
yeah. As
particular person
you
has.
said in one of your previous videos, भूत थोड़ी बैठा रहेगा और बोलेगा आओ धप्पा मैं बैठा हुआ हूं तुम्हारे लिए. So
Yeah.
obviously we have been to Begun Kodar. Actually, we are a group of riders.
Hmm.
So, but when a friend of mine, when he went to that railway station, so it is said that the original railway station, which was actually haunted,
Hmm.
it is literally a one or two rooms are actually closed and no one visits there. Itself, the railway station is in a very backward type of sort of village, which is
Hmm.
actually in a whole day there is one or two local memos that come. That there is a halt for them only. So you can understand that no one stays there for a long time.
Okay, okay, okay.
So obviously, and since many people have heard that it's haunted, therefore people don't even go near to it.
But do you
So
know why it is haunted? Like, what is the reason behind
no,
which story?
actually, there are many stories. It says some it from the British during the British
Time?
reign, someone was killed there. There was one story that there's a well nearby. The well is
Hmm.
actually a friend went there and he saw the well, and the well is literally not visible among the field around. It's actually surrounded by the field grasses,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
no one can see it. He was my
Hmm.
friend. Even my friend's mother or my friend only was going to fall in it.
Oh my
Then
God.
then actually my dad, his dad only held that person.
Hmm.
But there is a story that some man fell in that well, and that's why he died, and that's why it became haunted. So actually, I haven't investigated much about that place. Just was like it was in like a year back, and we are like,
Hmm.
चलो ले चलते हैं देखने क्या होता है.
Hmm.
And we are
Hmm.
actually planning to visit that place in the midnight sort of thing. But for that, we have to take permission from our family that yeah, we will be staying in Pune, and Pune is not such a place to visit or
Visit.
something like
Yeah.
that. तो
Correct.
देयर इज नो एक्सक्यूज दैट वी कैन गिव एट होम कि हाँ हम लोग ना यहाँ घूरने जा रहे हैं इसीलिए वहां जाएंगे. So we can just silently go there. So that is actually not being possible right now. So he when he went there, he also didn't feel something, but his mother obviously, mothers are like, या भूत के बारे में अगर बोल दिया तो भूत होगा होगा होगा, तो they itself start to get
Hmm.
negative feeling. So we can't justify that whether it was haunted or not, because we neither went there during
Hmm.
late hours, and in bright days actually paranormal activities don't appear in bright days normally generally.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is the thing. Apart from the but actually during the previous year, September 2021,
Hmm.
I and one of my friend were actually on a ride towards the south.
Okay.
So before that time, I never thought that I will be getting a, I actually wanted to encounter with someone, but not in a very aggressive way कि भाई
Hmm.
मेरे को मेरा फट जाए. तो इट्स लाइक थोड़ा सा दिख के निकल जाओ,
हाँ.
मेरे लिए काफी होता है.
हाँ.
दैट्स इट. बिफोर दैट आई जस्ट हर्ड स्टोरीज, या दादी का गांव में ये हुआ है,
Hmm.
मम्मी
Hmm.
का
Hmm.
समय
Hmm.
ये देखी है, ये दैट इज ऑल थिंग्स. But I never experienced it. So everything was going good. Everything was going. We went up to Rameshwaram, and I smoke. Though a doctor, I smoke. Okay, so in the hotel, we rented a hotel. Obviously, we booked a hotel in Rameshwaram.
Hmm.
But we reached there at around 9:30 or 9 something in the night.
Yeah. Okay.
So we were freshening up, and the hotel was no smoking hotel.
Hmm.
So I asked him कि होटल में the receptionist that भैया कहाँ करे.
Hmm.
तो he said भैया ऊपर में एक छत है, छत के सामने जो सीढ़ी है ना, सीढ़ी के सामने आप कर लेना,
Hmm.
that's place. मतलब
Hmm.
छत पे जा सकते हैं. तो he actually thought for a bit, but I didn't get it. He's like, अच्छा हाँ चल जाना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन
Hmm.
अगर ना हो तो सीढ़ी में ही कर लेना. तो we thought okay, maybe so that no one can see. That's
Hmm.
good.
Hmm.
But when I went, so we went to the room, we freshened up. So the second room, second mate, the mate who was with me, second person.
Hmm.
So he said, by I freshened up, and I firstly thought that I was smoking in the bathroom, but there was a smoke alarm above the head only.
Oh my God.
So I have to go outside only because I
Yeah.
was tired. Okay, after a ride of around 12 hours, it's not possible to go out like that. So
Hmm.
he said, फूका तो नहीं होगा तूने? बोला नहीं भाई, जा ही रहा हूँ बाहर. ठीक है तू जा, मैं फ्रेशन अप होता हूँ. He was freshening up. I went to the staircase. The staircase was actually fully dark. Okay.
Hmm.
And very narrow. Like the hotel is completely like four-star hotel as we booked. But the
Correct.
staircase to the like the
Terrace.
terrace
Hmm.
is actually quite narrow, like size of my elbow a bit more. Like
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
two-person are trying to go up
Enter.
and down, they won't be. Yeah, they will like collide.
Hmm.
So I went to the terrace. There was a bulb which was lighting there, a mini bulb, and the terrace was quite good. No, I mean, like huge.
Hmm.
And in the terrace there was a one chair and three. There are cement pillars now when people used to make to sit for other people. So there
Correct.
was some pillars, and they are actually decorated maybe because of some previous events or something. There was some balloon, obviously deflated ones,
Hmm.
some deflated balloons, and I started smoking. I saw that I was actually tired, so I was looking around for places to sit. So the pillars were decorated and stuffs were on there, so that was not I could not have sat there. And there was a chair. In that chair, a person was like wearing a hat, okay, like a
Oh,
cap like this, and a hoodie. Since I'm saying just as like I said that there was just a bulb in front of the entrance door, right? And
correct.
there were and entrance door. I will go as per the flow as
Hmm.
what I experienced. So I was like on the door itself, and just the entrance, the terrace was like this. There was an entry.
Hmm.
Front was the parapet. Then on the left, there's a small area for just dust and rubbish,
Hmm.
where there was a piece of some what we concrete, complete hardened concrete, which
Hmm.
I thought was someone's body and its behead is lying there beheaded. So, then I used my flashlight and it's like oh अच्छा cement का बोरा है
Uh-huh.
चलो ठीक है. And then on the right side is the
Hmm.
main like the terrace, which was in
Correct.
like the actually the there was actually you can say that there are terrace or small terraces here like 2 into 2 meters, okay, 2 into 2 meters, and
Hmm.
then here on the right side there is a terrace which is around 8 into 8 meters approximately. Okay, I'm not
Okay.
exactly because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
terrified after what it happened. Okay, and then the both the terraces are joined by with a what we say narrow patch, which
Hmm.
was the parapet which I saw when I entered the terrace.
Hmm.
So I just give a view. I saw that cement bora, got a bit scared, and then I saw the chair, the person, and the terrace on that vacant terrace and pillars. So a
Hmm.
person was like, you were putting his legs on the pillars, okay, like you say ना like this one ऐसे करके बैठ जाते हैं अपन लोग
हाँ 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 हाँ.
पैर फैला के तो उस तरह करके there was something in his hand. Most probably I thought it was a mobile, most
Hmm.
probably because a very dim light was coming out and I
But he
wasn't
was
in
facing the other side.
no, he was actually facing towards me, but his head was like this, okay.
Down. Okay.
And the cap was like this, his head was like this, and he was in a hoodie or something because it was dark. I wasn't able to grasp what was the thing, what he was wearing, okay. So I was like, okay, ठीक है. और then I said that इधर तो जगह है नहीं, पूरा अंधेरा है, यहीं पे लाइट जल रहा है. So I called my friends and home. या माँ हम पहुंच गया है, ठीक है सब कुछ घर में. तो हम लोग यहाँ पर ये होटल में है इतना बजे आया या वे टॉकिंग लाइक दिस देन सडनली स्मोकिंग I saw that that person has just vanished.
My God.
Let's say I thought he just went away for a stroll. Okay. So ऐसा अच्छा हुआ यार हटा मैं बैठूंगा थोड़ा वहां पे.
Hmm.
The moment I saw sat there, I just gave मैं like फोन में बात कर रहे हैं तो कहाँ गया बंदा मे बी आफ्टर कीपिंग द फोन आई विल टॉक टू हिम लाइक हाउ इज द प्लेस वेयर इज द वेयर वी कैन ऑल विजिट सो आई वाज लाइक गिव अ and then I was all blank because
Hmm.
I searched for another way where he could have gone. Okay,
Gone. Yeah.
because I was at the main terrace door where I stepped out from. Okay, and I
Correct.
told you how narrow the door is, and I was like, इधर ऐसे डोर है ना, तो अपन ऐसे करके लीन कर रहे थे, पैर ऐसे ब्लॉक था डोर से. सो इफ
Hmm.
समवन हैज टू गो आउट ऑफ द डोर, ही हैज टू डिस्टर्ब मी. ही कांट जस्ट
Correct.
गो लाइक दैट. Okay,
There
and
was only
I'm
one
literally
exit.
face. Yeah, there was only one exit. I was like leaning this,
Hmm.
and then I was talking like this way. So okay, so I was like, भाई गायब हो गया क्या? मैं बोला कि क्या हुआ, ये समझ नहीं आ रहा. एंड आई हैव टू skeptical, right?
Hmm.
I am skeptical at all points. But then I saw स्टोर रूम, लाइक अच्छा यहाँ ढुक गया होगा यार. तो
Hmm.
स्टिल मैंने, इट्स लाइक ना कि पक्का यहाँ ढुका है ना. Then I went there and switched on my flashlight. Actually, I saw that it's locked. There's a
Hmm.
lock on that and it's locked. भाई गया कहाँ. I thought maybe he would have jumped from one terrace to other. So I
Hmm.
know I was actually going through the terraces, and
Hmm.
to my surprise, the hotel was in between. Mane, there are no nearby hotels in
In and
proximity.
around, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was just dense foliage.
Oh God.
Short foliage means of short height, shrubs type,
Hmm.
but it was dense foliage, and the hotel, that terrace was around at sixth or seventh floor.
Oh shit.
So no one could have jumped that height. And if he could have, then he is not. He is no human. That's for
Hmm.
guarantee. And even if you think of Parker and all, the thing was not made like that, because you have to keep a support, right?
Hmm.
Because the front side, which
Hmm.
was which had something like Parker, but that side was where I was facing like this. Okay, so
Hmm.
he would have gone, if he had to go, then he have to go this side, and this side it was just stiff, plain surface. You can't just climb down from there. And that time I freaked out a lot. Like, what happened with this? Did I saw something? Did I saw something? Then like, obviously अब मेरा फटा था कि भाई क्या हुआ अचानक से. Though he haven't caused me any harm, so it was
Hmm.
okay. Like ठीक है, कुछ नहीं है, रामेश्वरम में भगवान भगवान है, ठीक है, चलो कोई
Hmm.
दिक्कत नहीं है. Then I went down and said to my friend, like, सही में भाई. And he's like ना, actually he's that guy who I talked na that he experienced or actually got
Hmm.
disturbed due to some incident. He's actually the
Hmm.
one. And he is like,
Hmm.
सही में भाई, सही फिर से दिखा. मैं बोला भाई दिखा तो, लेकिन क्या था मुझे नहीं पता. Okay, what it was. So he's like, भाई
Oh.
फिर से चलते हैं, भाई फिर से चलते हैं. मैं बोला, मैं भाई तेरा हाथ छू, मतलब क्या. It was like,
समझा
I was
समझा.
like, मेरा यहाँ पे लगी भी है, तुम बोल रहे फिर से चलते हैं. Then we planned that, yeah, we will go after having a dinner, and
Hmm.
by that time it will also be around 12 o'clock.
Hmm.
And it's like, we had our dinner and all. And after some time, when I said him, चलना है कि नहीं चलना है, I was actually charging my GoPro कि अब
Hmm.
रिकॉर्ड करेगा अपन, अगर कुछ दिखा
Hmm.
तो रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगा. इट्स लाइक, ओके ठीक है, चलो चल. आई वाज लाइक चलो चलते हैं, GoPro तो रिकॉर्ड हो गया. इज लाइक, भाई छोड़ देते हैं यार, बेकार में पंगा लेना हो जाएगा. बस उसका भी थोड़ा फटा. तो अपन बोले ठीक है चलो. सो दैट दिस वाज वन एक्सपीरियंस व्हिच वाज एक्चुअली माइनर टू द वन व्हिच वी faced later on. And
Hmm.
actually that was, I guess, not for me but for my friend, was not a good night or not a good decision to take. So
Hmm.
actually that story I have kept to, actually I was thinking of texting it to you to, because
Hmm.
if it will be narrated by you, then it would be
Hmm.
better actually, because it's quite lengthy and it will take around 10-20 minutes to, if
Are
I
you
start
are you comfortable sharing? Like, do you have to go or
no,
something?
no, I am free, I am actually free, I am free.
Okay,
I don't have any
so
problem.
if you're comfortable, you share because anyways, मेरे पास बहुत time है, so I can relax, I can talk. Uh,
Okay,
if you're comfortable, you share, and then you can type and send it to me as well. I'll make like a proper episode where I put the
okay,
background
okay,
music, this that, and I'll release a individual episode as well.
okay, okay. So it starts that we went to after that we went to Kanyakumari, and then we went to hello,
Yeah, yeah, I'm
actually
listening.
it's
I'm listening. I'm listening.
okay.
Yeah.
So after that we went to Kanyakumari, then we went to Madurai, and from there we went to Ooty.
Hmm.
But in Madurai, since I said that I also like ghosts and he also likes ghosts, and
Hmm.
we have totally ignored what happened with us in Rameshwaram. Like, पता नहीं भाई क्या था, हो सकता है हम लोग बेकार का सोच रहे थे.
Hmm.
So after that, it was like we before even starting the trip, we
Hmm.
thought that Uti is known for haunted places because you know the Fernil Resort where the movie Raj has been shot.
Correct. Correct. Hmm.
So firstly we tried to book that hotel, but
Hmm.
then the rent was around 15,000 for the whole
My
cottage.
God.
Okay. So the first thing he said, भाई भाई अपना जी फटवाने के लिए इतना पैसा नहीं दे सकते हैं. So we are like, हाँ बात तो सही है, I would not try that even. तो we said, अच्छा चलो, जो लिस्ट में नेक्स्ट हॉन्टेड होटल होगा ना उसमें अपन रहेंगे. So
Hmm.
actually there are many hotels which are haunted in Uti. You can find that easily. And
Hmm.
I won't tell the name because of obvious reasons.
Oh, correct.
Because you also a YouTuber, I am also a YouTuber, so we can't just like give out the names.
Me.
Yeah. So you can when you if it, but if you can if you search on YouTube, Google
Hmm.
haunted hotels on in
In Uti.
Uti,
Hmm.
you will in some websites you will find it in second, some in third. Okay.
Okay, understood.
And it costed around 2.7K. So it was okay for two. And
Hmm.
obviously everywhere it was 2.5, 2.5, 2.3. No, it was like 3.3. Yeah, 3.3. 2 के लिए दो चलो एक रात लगा सकते हैं.
Hmm.
And we already have booked the hotel and all. And we started from Madurai. And well, actually, it is not the way where how we start experienced it, but I am actually narrating the way how I realized all those things occurred. Okay,
Happened. Okay.
okay. So we started from Madurai towards Uti.
Hmm. Hmm.
So on the weather forecast, there was no the last from the for the last 3 4 days it hasn't rained. Okay, or the last week also.
Okay.
So we thought it will be okay because, but in the eastern Ghats, sorry,
Hmm.
Western Ghats, it was actually raining because in Vijayawada and all, sorry, Vishakhapatnam and all, we experienced rain. Okay,
Hmm.
so but in the Eastern Ghats, we never expected that it will be there. Okay, Western Ghats.
Okay.
So when we entering the Uti, like the Nilgiris area under the area under the Nilgiris,
Hmm.
and after just 15 20 minutes, right, it started raining. Okay, and which made our destination time went to go from like we were esteemed or like uh, what we say target was to reach there by 4. Instead of that
Okay.
we reached there by 6 6:30
Hmm.
due to the rain, because obviously hilly area means like hilly
Hmm. Hmm.
roads,
Hmm. Hmm.
plus
Yeah.
it's raining, plus it's getting foggy.
Correct.
So plus it's getting evening as well. After 5 it was actually getting darker.
Hmm.
Plus the roads were getting slippery.
Hmm.
Even
Hmm.
our bikes started to skid.
Yeah, you'll have to be
So
careful, no, while
yeah, be
riding
careful,
there.
right? So and the train in Ooty is like quite steep, man. So
Hmm.
like we have to be careful. तो
Correct.
पहुंचते पहुंचते 6:30 6:30 बज गए.
Hmm.
Then, but like on the way only, where we stopped for a cup of tea, I asked him, भैया ये बारिश होते रहता है क्या यहाँ ऊटी पे, या कुछ
Hmm.
निखास है? बोल रहा है नहीं भैया देखो एक्चुअली सीजन तो आ गया था लेकिन आज पहला बारिश हुआ है.
Oh.
मैं बोला अच्छा
Hmm.
हो सकता है भाई, हम लोग पूरा बारिश में ही आ रहे थे, हो सकता है बारिश हमारे साथ ही आ रहा होगा. तो
Hmm.
अपन ऐसे आ गए, ठीक है. देन वी went to the went in the reception for taking our rooms.
Hmm.
The first in the reception, they saw us coming all wet and all, and the hotel, the restaurant reception of the resort, cottage. It was a cottage resort, something like that.
Hmm.
So it like gave like a old time feeling that like a
Okay.
British era feeling, like that sort of thing.
Is
Okay,
the cottage red and white?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just checking that only out. You can continue
yeah.
with the story.
uh,
Hmm.
so it has a great view actually from the main
Hmm.
cottage, and
Okay.
on it the name is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So at first they were giving me some another room.
Hmm.
Then they saw bikes,
Hmm.
and they suddenly said, "नहीं sir." From the he gave the keys to the bellboy. Then he said, "नहीं sir को ना वो room दे दो."
Hmm.
Like he gave a different room for us. So I never questioned him that time because we were like busy unwrapping our raincoats and all, just
Correct.
putting it in the baggages and all.
Hmm.
So he said, "सर इधर आ जाओ आप." मैं बोला ठीक है. मैं बोला रूम चेंज कर दिया. मैं ऑन द वे आई वाज रूम चेंज कर दिया क्या भैया? बोला हाँ भैया रूम चेंज कर दिया. बोला क्यों, क्या हुआ? बोला नहीं आप लोग का बाइक है ना, तो यू विल गेट अ बेटर पार्किंग एरिया एट दैट प्लेस, पूरा रूम से
Hmm.
व्यू आएगा. तो मैं बोला कि पहला वाला रूम किधर था? तो ना ही पॉइंटेड इट टू द a row before to that of ours, which he gave to
Hmm.
allotted to us. I said, I saw the train of both the places. भाई इसमें भी तो सही हो जाता है, तो सेम ही एक तरह से, बस ये थोड़ा ऊपर है, ये थोड़ा नीचे है. मतलब
Hmm.
हाइट का ही डिफरेंस है, बट स्लोप तो सेम ही है दोनों का. तो क्या प्रॉब्लम था? मला हो सकता है भाई, जो भी कुछ होगा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, क्या कर सकते हैं. वॉट एवर ही इज गिविंग. देन इट्स लाइक कि ठीक है चलो. Now we are parking our bikes. My GoPro is actually on by on during that time.
Okay.
I will tell the GoPro findings later.
Hmm.
And actually, I haven't uploaded the video yet also
Wow, you have a
of
video as
that.
well.
Yeah, I haven't uploaded a video as well. I haven't uploaded the video yet because I haven't completed my post company. Because after that, I came and again resumed my work. So never got
Hmm.
the time that much. So I'm just uploading it bit by bit. So that video is still a suspense for my channel. So I
Oh.
haven't talked to my subscribers without that. So after that, we were parking the bikes,
Hmm.
and when we were entering, the first I told I'm just correlating it and then saying you. We never noticed that, realized that time, but just we just observed that
Okay.
when the things happened, then we understand why he did it.
Hmm.
So we entered the room, and the first thing, what normally bellboys do when they open the hotel room, they try
Hmm.
to switch on the lights, fan. Secondary is all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
He opened the door and directly aimed for the TV switch, switched on the TV, and then he is one by one switching on the lights and all.
Okay.
I was like, okay, ठीक है, चलो. I was busy settling my stuffs and all like that. After he said that भैया भैया रूम ठीक है ना, बोला हाँ ठीक है. And all happened. And then he said, चलो तब हम आते हैं, आप लोग सेटल हो. मतलब ठीक है जाओ आप, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. And we started settling and all. After settling down, we were like bhai, and as we entered the room, the dining hall or the center room was
Hmm.
actually very badly lit, with
Okay.
a dim yellow horrific light, which
Okay.
made the scenario itself horrific, since the weather was like that. It was all
Hmm.
raining outside with that tip 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 sound out everywhere,
Hmm.
that wind blowing. So
Okay.
the room, maybe at other different time it would have been romantic or something like that with your partner or all,
Hmm.
but in that eerie sound, knowing it's a haunted hotel and all,
Hmm.
that thing bit felt eerie, sort of scary. Or
Okay.
So, but when he lit the bedroom was quite well lit with a fluorescent white light, which was
Hmm.
very good, very calming and all,
Hmm.
or enthusiastic, you can say. Not calming, enthusiastic actually. Bright, very
Hmm.
bright. Then, then he is like, then we started to, after relaxing, we started to, witness said that let's shoot the place. So I
Hmm.
switched on my GoPro, and then I was shooting the view from my door, the main door.
Okay.
So when I was shooting the main door, it's like
Hmm.
I went like this. I was spanning my camera for
Hmm.
the area, spanning the area with my camera, and the camera stuck. Okay, after like this, like at this point, it stuck. The
Hmm.
door was frame was this one, and the camera stuck at this place. Means that view, around 30-degree view from the frame, was not visible.
Okay.
I was like, क्या हुआ हो सकता है कोई fault हुआ होगा. I restarted the camera. Being skeptical at all places because obviously we know na we it's a haunted place, so we are trying to like yeah chill man. It's just the
Hmm.
scientific glitch.
Hmm.
So we restarted the camera. I restarted recording. It stuck again, and it
Oh.
happened the third time as well.
Hmm.
When I was post processing the videos, I
Hmm.
saw that it was exactly the same point where the video stuck.
Oh God.
Exactly the same 3 points.
Hmm.
Like it was this at that place, and if we can comprehend, then the cottages beside us had a table in front of that area, that what we say cottage, like a cottage
Hmm.
we have now. We can have tea and all outside, enjoying the
Yeah, like a
view.
sitting area or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sitting area. So there was this table in every area except for us. Okay, and in that camera also, that area was getting blocked. Already, money it's getting stuck at that position only. So that happened when I was post translating, during the post when I was actually working on my videos. Like देखते क्या आया है. तो इस said क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ पता नहीं. तो वी चलो छोड़ो यहाँ नहीं रिकॉर्ड करते अंदर का रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. We started recording the inside areas. It was okay. Then when it came like when we are going to record the washroom,
Hmm.
like देखो ऐसा बाथरूम होता है ये होता है. Actually, the thing is now how much I was trying to like think scientifically, and the
Hmm.
camera glitches was so much. And
Hmm.
since I have used the camera for around last 1.5 years, and it never
Hmm.
showed that. And
Okay.
suddenly, in that position, only if it's happening, you can't just really say that, "Bhai, it's scientific. It's just having a glitch."
Hmm.
Though we were thinking by that time that it's a glitch, stay calm. The camera is like जैसे कैमरा होता है ना तो assume that this is the from the half the camera has been reversed, like my hair
Okay.
and all are here and my mouth is here. Okay,
Oh.
like the camera, the scene is erect but it's actually
Hmm.
divided into two and it's up and down. Okay, it happened twice. Then a green screen came after restarting the camera, and then the camera the camera shut down.
Oh God.
And I remember that the charge was around 32 to 30%, something around
Hmm.
30. Okay.
Okay.
And the camera usually get auto shutdown at around 5, 7, 10, like this, depending on the mode it is. So 33 getting shut down and 33 and not restarting again was a
Hmm.
quite non-scientific stuff. Still, we said, "Chalo, hota hai."
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
we put the camera in charge. I thought maybe a water have entered, but it's GoPro Hero 9. You know, if you know that
Yeah.
it's completely waterproof.
Waterproof. Yeah.
Yeah, we entered. I've used it for underwater shots, but
Hmm.
since it's raining and it is not working, it was quite what do you say, unnatural. So I said,
Correct.
"चलो हो सकता है machine में glitch आता है." I
Hmm.
took out the battery, I rubbed it, wiped it, and just kept it. कि चलो इसको चार्ज में डाल देते हैं, कैमरा को सूखने देते हैं, अपना आप रिलैक्स करते हैं.
Hmm.
Then I went to uh, call my mom.
हम्म
लाइक चलो घर में बता देते हैं कि अपन पहुंच गए हैं।
हम्म
चार्ज हो रहा है ना, ठीक है। सो बता देते हैं घर में पहुंच गए हैं कि यहाँ पे चिकन विकन हो गया। एंड इवन माई मॉम नेवर न्यू दैट I have knowingly booked that it's a second most or third most haunted hotel. I
Haunted
never said
places.
that, and yeah,
Hmm.
I told this after experiencing this when I returned back home, even not in the
Hmm.
journey, because I will be scolded. Simply, I will be scolded.
Yeah.
So after yeah, so after that, we said चल घर में फोन करते हैं बताते हैं। And there was an article on Google only that activities get hyperactive during Purnimas.
Hmm.
Sorry, Purnima or Amavasya, something was like that. Okay.
Amma was, I believe.
Yeah, but yeah, so logically, if you think that it's Amavasya, but it was
Hmm.
something like that. I don't remember exactly. So that's why
Hmm.
I'm too safe. I'm saying both. Something one
Hmm.
of the two it was.
Hmm.
Amavasya or Purnima. It said that the activities there in rooms get hyperactive during the Purnima or Amavasya night.
Hmm.
तो इवन आई थॉट कि जहाँ जिस दिन निकले थे अपन उस दिन तो अमावस्या था, अभी तो 12 दिन ही हुआ है, 15 दिन हुआ, अभी तो अमावस्या पूर्णिमा होगा नहीं। बट
Hmm.
व्हेन दिस थिंग स्टार्टेड गेटिंग रैपिड ना, I actually got freaked out because after that I started to call my mom and it was ringing. Okay,
Hmm.
then I have heard that mom has accepted my call,
Hmm.
but then I was not able to hear her. She was not able to hear me, and call even got disconnected. My phone got turned off out of nowhere. I was and the battery was I had a inbuilt charger on my bike, so it can't get out of charge. It was around
Hmm.
50 to 60% charge. I thought maybe water has entered inside somewhere, but since the phone was waterproof, I was actually not accepting that fact कि हो नहीं सकता भैया, waterproof phone है। So इज लाइक ठीक है, पता नहीं क्या हुआ, रीस्टार्ट करते हैं। फोन को रीस्टार्ट किया मैंने, फिर देख रहा हूँ फोन में कॉल नहीं हो रहा है, जा नहीं रहा है कॉल। मैं बोला क्या हुआ, बोल रहा है ऑडियो एरर, ऑडियो एरर।
Hmm.
लाइक देन आई सेड लेट्स प्ले अ वीडियो। वीडियो चलाया, द स्क्रीन वाज डिम, देयर वाज से
Hmm.
ऑडियो कांट बी प्लेड, एंड देन द वीडियो वाज एक्चुअली रनिंग बिहाइंड। ओके, नो ऑडियो नथिंग। ये क्या चक्कर है भाई, ये कैसा हो रहा है? लाइक it's like even unexplainable. Now, normally we don't experience this type of stuffs.
Hmm.
Leave about other things. Then it's like ये क्या हो रहा है? ये तो मैंने कभी ऐसा कभी देखा ही नहीं ग्लिच। फिर मैंने
Hmm.
फिर रीस्टार्ट किया, एक बार और रीस्टार्ट किया, वो सेम रह रहा है। ना फोन हो रहा है, ना वॉइस ऑडियो आ रहा है, ना कुछ हो रहा है। देन इट वाज लाइक चलो फिर से रीस्टार्ट करते हैं। जैसे रीस्टार्ट किया तो वो दिखा रहा है, वो एंड्रॉइड एरर होता है ना, वो आपका ग्लिच हो जाता है। वो जो एंड्रॉइड, देयर इज एंड्रॉइड प्लेस्ड ऑन द स्क्रीन दैट
Correct.
सिस्टम
Correct. Correct.
फेलियर, बूट बूट
Hmm.
फेलियर इज देयर।
Hmm.
बोला अरे यार ये बूट फेलियर क्यों आ गया? उसके बाद फोन स्टार्ट ही नहीं हो रहा है। मैं बोला हो
Hmm.
गया कांड आज, अब होने वाला नहीं है। मैं बोला भाई इस फोन को भी ट्राई होने दो। एट दैट
Hmm.
टाइम माय फ्रेंड सेड भाई यूज माय फोन, एंड माय ब्रेन वाज आउट ऑफ स्टक कि भाई कुछ गड़बड़ है। अब दो दो इक्विपमेंट एक साथ एक ही दिन नहीं खराब हो सकते हैं। बोला
Hmm.
भाई तू अपना फोन चुपचाप बैग के अंदर रख,
Hmm.
लीव इट, कीप इट रिजर्व, व्हेन विल गो आउटसाइड वी विल हैव इट फॉर आवर
Hmm.
हेल्प ऑन आवर साइड। लाइक अच्छा ठीक है भाई, लेकिन क्या हुआ? मतलब भाई देख रहा है फोन, फोन गया, कैमरा गया, दोनों चला गया। हैव सम सेंस।
Hmm.
हाँ, बिफोर दैट, before when we were recording the stuffs, okay, that time in the bedroom only there was a huge, like there was no wall one on the outer side, there was a huge glass window. Okay, like
Okay.
very good, very beautiful one. But since it was dark and raining outside, it wasn't any more beautiful. Okay, it wasn't. It was all dark outside. Little bulbs from the cottage which are active is there from the
Hmm.
washrooms, and rest are all dark and all. And tip 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 sound is always there. And the upper one, as you know, in the cottages are made of all those ceramic tiles.
Correct.
or clay tiles, I guess. So
Hmm.
that sound was also there continuously, tip 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 tip. So
Hmm.
it's like कोई बात नहीं, चलो ठीक. So we just uh, remove the curtains from there, move us at the curtain to see how what's the view from there.
Hmm.
Then, like just in fun only, I said, "Acha, so sorry." The my friend's name is Saurav. Okay, well, so Saurav, अगर यहाँ पर ये जो there was actually dust on that area. Okay, no
Hmm.
dust, no, sorry. Since it was raining outside, mist was there. That
Mist was
happens with, yeah, that happens
correct.
with
Correct.
the car glasses, right? And the room
Hmm.
was AC, so obviously there was more fogging and fogging.
Hmm.
So मैं बोला, सो सौरभ सुबह उठे अपन और कर्टन हटाया, देखा यहाँ पे एक ऐसे स्क्रैच है, कितना मजा आएगा 3D क्रिएचर जैसा 3D में. और भाई मजा तो बहुत आएगा, फिर फटेगा भी बहुत. You were like having fun with that thing. Then we
Hmm.
placed the curtains back and we left it. I went to then the mobile thing happened, camera thing happened, then the mobile thing happened,
Hmm.
and after that we said, भाई अब shower लेने चलेंगे अपन. And from home, my mom is a bit extraordinarily religious. Okay, so she gave me like a tika, which we say na, from Kali Mandir.
Hmm.
Right? So he gave me that tika कि तुम रोज तुमको उतना believe हो या ना हो, तुम रोज. Obviously, I also believe, because if you are believing on the negative part of energy, you have to believe on the positive part. They
Positive
both
also.
coexist at the
Correct.
same
Correct.
time. If you are
Correct.
not believing in positive, you can't believe on the negative part. So
Hmm.
you have to be the dual side of the coin. Else the coin doesn't exist for you only. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
So I believe in that, and my mother is like, नहीं, हर दिन सुबह उठ के जब तुम बाइक लेकर जाओ निकलेगा उसके पहले टीका लगा लेना. I don't
Hmm.
remember whether I used that tick on that day, because I normally used to do that, but
Hmm.
I'm actually not able to recall whether I have done that day or not, because due to the rain also no mark was there, so
Hmm.
I am unable to recall it. It's like पता नहीं क्या हुआ है. So चलो हाउ आई मैंने फट करके याद आ गया मेरे को, भाई वो एक टीका था, चलो निकालते हैं उसको. I just took it. I just put a tick, what a mark of the vermilion,
Hmm.
and then I just like sprinkled it with my finger around the room. Like
Hmm.
भाई अब शांत हो जा, अब अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, बहुत गंदा हो रहा है अब. Because obviously दो कम्युनिकेशन चला गया ना ऑलरेडी, अब तो अब कम्युनिकेशन जाना सबसे बड़ा डर लगता है कि अब मैं
हाँ.
किसी से कम्युनिकेट ही नहीं कर पाऊंगा कुछ, कि मुझे कुछ हो
Hmm.
गया है या फिर क्या होने वाला है, या मुझे डर लग
Hmm.
रहा है. एटलीस्ट इतना भी कम्युनिकेट कर पाए ना, और अपन दोनों ही थे सिर्फ. तो अब उसका भी नहीं पता ना कि उसका भी फोन काम करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, या उसका भी फोन वैसे डेड हो जाएगा. तो मेरा थोड़ा फटने लगा था, टू बी फ्रैंक. तो इस लाइक मैं स्प्रिंकल किया, मैं बोला भाई तू लेगा. इज लाइक हमको डर वर नहीं लगता है बे. बोला मैं ना सोच रहा हूँ बेटा, फटता सबसे ज्यादा तुम्हारा ही है.
Hmm.
ठीक है चलो कोई नहीं, अभी नहीं मानेगा नहीं मानो. देन में आई एंटर टू, व्हाट डू से, हाँ, सेकंड epic can't happened after that.
Hmm.
Before that, actually the sprinkling part, when I was actually putting my camera to charge for charging purpose,
Hmm.
and that time, don't know from where, that idiot mane Saurav threw threw my riding gloves at me. It never
He
hit the
threw it
remote.
on you.
हाँ, he threw it me like ये पकड़.
हाँ.
मैं बोला भाई
हाँ.
पास कर. He just threw it me like that,
Hmm.
and it never hit the other parts on the table, something like that. But it assume I we assumed that it did hit something, and the
Hmm.
remote fell on the chair or something, like something was there. I don't recall it about that right now, because mind was actually diverted, and then the
Hmm.
remote actually fell on the ground. And exactly at that time, the TV was turned off. During all this situation, the TV was actually on. When we were
Hmm.
recording, it was on a bit low sound, but it was actually on.
Okay.
तो चल रहा है, अचानक से पूरा बंद हुआ ना जब, अपनी
Hmm.
फट गई. बिकॉज द साइलेंस वॉज एक्चुअली स्केरी.
Hmm.
मेरा भी फटा, उसका भी फटा. मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई ये क्या हो गया, ये तो नहीं होगा. उसके बाद ना वी आर ट्राइंग ईच एंड एवरी बटन लेकिन साला स्टार्ट ही नहीं हो रहा है यार टीवी, एकदम मतलब माथा पागल हो गया. We are trying the power button, we are trying the number button, we are trying the channel button, we are trying everything, we tried all the switches, it's not only opening only. And I was on the line to like मैं जाऊंगा नहाने के लिए, I was going to freshen up. And he's like, भाई चल जाना. बोला भाई ये इतना शांति में ना अगर कुछ अंदर में एक हल्का आवाज बना मैं मर जाऊंगा ऐसे ही. बोलता भाई फोन से प्ले करना, फोन का हालत तू चला ले फोन भाई. भाई मेरा मतलब नहीं भाई रिजर्व रख उसको. लाइक लाइक भाई भगवान चला दो टीवी चला दो. देन लाइक दे मुझे रिमोट दे. एंड लाइक तो चला दो यार चला. एंड देन वॉट एवर इट वाज आई डोंट नो द टीवी स्टार्टेड. लाइक चलो स्टार्ट हो गया आई विल गो. आई सेड कीप द रिमोट फार अवे फ्रॉम आवर रीचेस कि वापस ये बंद ना हो जाए. एंड देन आई एंटर्ड द बाथरूम. वॉशरूम वाज आल्सो एपिक. भाई मतलब पता नहीं क्या लॉगिंग था ना क्या था वो. पहले तो पीछे में वो पानी पड़ रहा था तो पीछे में कट 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 ना इट इज लाइक हिटिंग द होज लाइक समवन इज टैपिंग ऑन द ग्लास. ओके like it was like some diverted some glass or something was that some structure was that they were hitting making the rainwater drop like that. It was like tuck 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 something is happening. I just understood that it's just water, but the thing happened after I flushed the toilet. Something something a sound like this came from the outlet vent. Like he outlet vent है भाई. I again flushed the toilet and the same sound appeared came. भाई टॉयलेट में कुछ फंसा हुआ है इसीलिए ऐसा हो रहा है. उसके बाद मेरा बारी हो गया. मैं बाहर निकला. मैं बाहर फिर से निकल गया. वो टीका लगाया मतलब भाई हमको सेफ रहना है पूरा. ये बंदा गया नहाने. मैं बोला भाई ठीक से देखना वो पानी वहां से वो आवाज कर रहा है इसलिए मतलब पानी पड़ रहा है इसलिए आवाज हो रहा है और फ्लश के समय का आवाज हो रहा है. चाप मत लेना कुछ है नहीं. बोला हमको डर नहीं लगता भाई हमको डर नहीं लगता है. ओके ठीक है. एंड नाउ ही इज सेइंग दैट भाई चलो कुछ ऑर्डर करते हैं. मैं बोला ठीक है ऑर्डर करते हैं अपन. तो इट्स लाइक चलो अभी तो 7 बजे. उस दैट टाइम इट वाज लाइक 7:30 एक भाई 7 बज रहा है खाना तो खाएंगे नहीं. चलो लेट्स हैव सम टी एंड चिकन. And if you know, there is a fact that if a place is haunted, then we should not have meat at that place.
Correct.
It's a common belief.
Yeah.
So I completely this thing vanished from me at that time. Vanished from me from that time. कि भाई ये वाला भी contraindicated है. लेकिन like he said भाई चिकन पकौड़ा ऑर्डर कर दे लिखा हुआ है. हम भी देख रहे थे मेनू. चिकन पकौड़ा ऑर्डर कर और चाय ऑर्डर कर. ठीक है ऑर्डर करो चिकन पकौड़ा. आई कॉल्ड देम भाई एक प्लेट चिकन पकौड़ा एक और 2 चाय भेज दो. और आया अपन लोग जैसे आया तब तक वहां पे चिकन पकौड़ा रखा हुआ है सब कुछ रखा हुआ है. वो बंदा वहां क्या आ रहा है बोल रहा भाई ही इज ऑल रेडी एंड ऑल. ही गॉट अ टी-शर्ट एंड वोर इट. भाई वो टीका मेरे को भी देना. तो इसलिए क्या है तो टीका देना. बोला क्या हुआ बे. पता नहीं भाई थोड़ा मुझे अजीब लग रहा है अब. बोला क्यों क्या हो गया. एंड आई वाज लाइक चल क्या कुछ कुछ तो नहीं हुआ अभी तक. चलो ठीक है. इसलिए टीका वाला बोला था खाली मतलब स्टार्टिंग में बोला था तुमको लगा लो. नहीं तुमको नहीं करना था. तो इज लाइक ओके चलो मैं लगा लिया. he put on the vermilion. Then is okay. We had the tea viewing in the view, having a view from the door, and the pakoras. After that, we said, I am a smoker. He is not. Okay. So I was smoking, and since when I was coming from the main road, I saw I actually realized that there are no stalls or shops nearby to cigarettes. So I won't be able to smoke if I don't save right now, or otherwise I have to go to the main city alone to bring it. So I was like I actually kept 2 cigarettes reserved कि एक अभी खाएगा फिर एक रात में आके खाना के बाद फूक के अपन सो जाएगा. मैं बोला ठीक है चलो. I smoked one. I kept the other in the room and took one with my in pocket. कि अब खाना चलो खाने चलते हैं. So after around 8:30, a guy came from the one who gave us the pakoras and tea. He said,
Hmm.
"Sir, the kitchen will be remaining open up till 9 only.
Oh.
8:30 in 8:45 to 9." बोला इतना जल्दी बंद हो जाएगा? बोला हाँ भैया इतना जल्दी बंद हो जाता है। बोला ठीक है। Then we were actually walking upstairs. Actually, we were walking towards the reception area. So no, the hotel is built. Actually, if you can see the picture right now, then the hotel is
Hmm.
actually built in layers, trains. One row of cottages, then two row of second row, third row. Like this, so many rows are there. You have to
Hmm.
cross a center path. There are center paths and all. Like okay, so we were crossing the hotels, and it was completely dark. Just in the front area where the parking, the main gate is, that area
Hmm.
has like pillars of golden bulbs and all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and the
This one
center
only, no?
area, yeah, this one.
Hmm.
So in the center only there are like rods and big bulbs like yellow bulbs are there, which
Like
is
a
actually
aisle
good.
walking area, yeah.
Yeah.
Walking area.
So, so that area is actually good, but it's very far from the cottage area. So those lights does not come up to here. ठीक है,
Hmm.
तो ना जा सकते हैं देखते देखते कि हाँ देखो वो लाइट है वो वाला, तो
Hmm.
वहां तक चल जाते हैं. So we went there and it's completely dark. The cottage area is completely you can't just distinguish one cottage from the other if the cottage is empty. Like if the cottage room or lock is room is locked, there is no light in it. You can't distinguish which cottage is where.
Hmm.
So we went to the reception. We went to the kitchen, and the kitchen was another horrifying experience. Matlab, it was a like what do we say semi auditorium size hotel.
Hmm.
Okay, with just us and one family
Oh
who
my
was
God.
actually yeah, and completely the hotel was completely it was empty. I was like, भाई इतना बड़ा होटल में इतने लोग हैं सिर्फ हम ही लोग क्यों खाने आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे?
Hmm.
And even that, those people were actually like eating the food in complete silence, pin drop silence. Like I ordered a chicken biryani, and the when I was actually biting on the cartilage, na that cartilage could have been heard by the person sitting two benches away from me. वो तो अच्छा था वो लोग बहुत दूर बैठे हुए थे.
Hmm.
उसी बीच में अचानक से सौरभ बोलता है अच्छा भाई इमेजिन इफ दे टर्न एंड से मैं बोल रहा था कि वो लोग ऐसे ऐसे इतना पिन ड्रॉप साइलेंस में खा रहे हैं कैसे होगा तो उसने बोल रहा है भाई सोच सब अचानक से तुम ही को देख रहे हो मतलब everyone the
Hmm.
waitress the that family and there was one elderly people yeah, elderly guy who was actually in his 70s like that. He was single and he was eating on his own. And
Hmm.
complete silence. It was just I and he who was talking and just a friend on a video. Ah, I forgot. The moment we came outside, my phone was on charge. I called my yeah something like this. So the moment we called from his phone कि भाई चलो बाहर आ गया अपन कॉल करते हैं कॉल कनेक्ट
Hmm.
हुआ मम्मी को कॉल किया कि मम्मा मैं कॉल किया था बोला बेटा तुम्हारा कॉल तो आया था लेकिन मिस कॉल हुआ था हम कॉल उठाए नहीं थे बोला नहीं मम्मी तुम कॉल एक्सेप्ट की थी उसके बाद कॉल कटा है बोला नहीं बेटा कॉल मिस कॉल हुआ है मैं तुमको कॉल करने गई वापस इट वाज सेइंग इट यू वाज स्विच्ड ऑफ मैं बोला ऐसा तो होना नहीं चाहिए बोला ठीक है चलो कुछ भी हुआ होगा मैंने कॉल्ड अ फ्रेंड जिसके साथ मैं पिछले दिन बात कर रहा था जब मैं रामेश्वरम में था तो उसको मैं वीडियो कॉल लगा देखो ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है एंड वीडियो कॉल वाज वर्किंग ऑल गुड एंड जब तक हम लोग होटल में हैं, तब भी बात कर रहे थे तो उसमें मैंने बोल
Hmm.
रहा है सोचो एंड जस्ट इन द होल प्लेस इट वाज जस्ट आर ईटिंग दैट वाज एक्चुअली ऑडिबल नथिंग एल्स वाज ऑडिबल
So basically, there was no one else other than you guys. Means
no
there was
actually they
another.
were actually
There was,
they were there I won't be saying that those were actually ghosts I won't be
no,
saying
no,
that
no. Like not a lot of guests were there. Hardly there were
yeah
two, three
yeah
rooms
yeah
occupied, or maybe
yeah
one
most
or two
probably yeah
rooms.
yeah
So finally, what happened? Did you retrieve the video? What you captured or you
yeah
didn't captured? What is the
actually
history?
nothing everything was glitches just a thing which was captured actually it was the experience because after that now we were we were not in the mood to actually let's get into that first
Hmm.
like when we were returning back We, as I said, nothing was visible.
Hmm.
We actually lost. Which row was ours? Which where we were? Even our bike wasn't visible.
Hmm.
So we were like कि भाई रिसेप्शन में चलते हैं, एक बेल बॉय को बोलते हैं कि किधर है.
Hmm.
मैं बोला ठीक है चलो. The moment we turned back, there was a bellboy in behind us who was like, भैया कुछ खोज रहे हैं क्या? And we never heard someone come. Okay. So we thought, भाई maybe we were preoccupied, so that's why we were unable to hear. तो we said कि भैया अपना रूम नहीं मिल रहा है. होता है ओ भैया ये तो वहां है. मैं बोला किधर, थोड़ा रेंज रो बता दो. तो रो बताने गया, एक इतना हुआ होगा. एंड देन आई वाज लाइक यही है ना पक्का? बोला हाँ. बोला ठीक है. देन ही टर्न्ड बैक एंड वेंट ऑफ लाइक जस्ट आई लाइक ही turned back and he was going back to the reception.
Hmm.
I and he वो जस्ट वही है. बोला भाई एक बार फिर से कंफर्म कर लिए है कि नहीं है ये वाला. अपन लोग जैसे टर्न किए, वो बंदा गायब. वो है ही नहीं भाई, दूर दूर तक नहीं है. लाइक वी
वो
वर लाइक
स्टाफ.
जस्ट दिस. हाँ द स्टाफ, द बेल बॉय. और अंधेरा में कुछ दिख नहीं रहा था कौन क्या फेस है. लाइक बस बट या सम इफ समवन वाज गोइंग देयर फिगर वुड हैव बीन पॉसिबली सीन. ओके.
Hmm.
आई वॉज एबल टू सी माई फ्रेंड दैट कि हाँ ये यहाँ खड़ा है. ऑब्वियसली उसका फेस नहीं दिख रहा है क्योंकि अंधेरा इतना है. लेकिन उसको वो खड़ा है यहाँ, वो दिख रहा है क्योंकि पीछे का जो वो बोला ना वो रिसेप्शन का लाइट था, तो उसके कारण वो
Hmm.
फिगर्स दिख रहे थे कि फिगर्स है. तो वैसे में
Hmm.
वो होटल वाला दिखा था, वो बेल बॉय दिखा था. तो अपन लोग इधर जैसे गए कि चलो चलते हैं. फिर मैं बोला कि भाई एक बार फिर से पूछ ले, यही वाला रो है ना, फिर भूल जाएंगे, फिर उसको लेने के लिए जाना पड़ेगा. तो अपन जस्ट ऐसे किए, दो वर्ड्स बोले, फिर वो ऐसे घूरे, ही इज नॉट देयर. मैं
गायब.
बोला भाई क्या हो रहा है, ये पागल हो जाऊंगा अब तो मैं. एंड
Hmm.
एक्चुअली बोलना भी था कि हम लोग का रूम में ये रखा हुआ है, प्लेट्स रखा हुआ है वो चिकन विकन का, वो आप ले जाओ, कप्स एंड प्लेट्स ले जाओ.
Hmm.
क्योंकि वो बोल भी रहे थे एक्चुअली कि आके ले जाना होगा भैया. तो मैं देखा कि वो टर्न हो गया, तो ये भी पूछना था और वो भी बोलना था. हाँ या वो भी बोलना था. तो देख रहे गायब हो गया बंदा. बोला हो क्या रहा है भाई. बोला चलो यार रूम तक चलते हैं. अब रूम तक आते आते ना मेरा दोस्त का पूरा फट गया था. लाइक ही इज गॉन. वो भाई उतना देर में मैं एक अपना स्मोक कर चुका था, एक जो था मेरा पॉकेट में. और ये बंदा, अब जो मेरा जो ये था स्पेयर रखा हुआ था मैं कि रिजर्व करके, वो
Hmm.
आया, चेयर में बैठा, ऐसे लिया पैकेट निकाल के स्मोक करने लगा. मैं
तेरा
बोला भाई
दोस्त.
हाँ यार सौरभ, वो दोस्त जो स्मोक नहीं करता था. मैं बोला क्या हो रहा है भाई, एक दिन में कितना मतलब देखना पड़ेगा ये, क्या क्या देखूंगा मैं. बोल रहा है स्मोक कर रहा है, हुआ स्मोक कर रहा है, डर उसका पूरा हालत खराब है. बोला क्या हुआ भाई, तेरे को डर लग रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, कुछ क्या हुआ तेरे को. बोला मुझे अभी स्मोक करने दे, मेरा माथा खराब हो रहा है, चुप रह तू बैठ के. मैं बोला तू तो इतना चिल रह रहा था, अचानक से क्या हुआ. बोला भाई फूकने दे, भी मेरा माथा खराब हो गया है. मैं बोला साले तुम फूक तो लियो, चूतिए मेरा, अब रात में हम क्या करेंगे, मेरे को तो चाहिए. तो और ऐसे भी वो ठंडा, मतलब इट वाज वेरी कोल्ड आउट देयर एंड आई हैव अ
Hmm.
हैबिट. और मतलब ऑब्वियसली इट्स रेनिंग, वादियां अच्छी है, ठंडी भी
Hmm.
है, तो इट्स कॉलिंग फॉर दैट. लाइक भाई ये सही नहीं किया तूने, एक पफ मारने दे, मतलब हाँ, ये मेरा है पूरा. मैं बोला क्या हो रहा है इसके साथ, क्या हुआ है. मैं भाई शांत हो जा तू, कुछ नहीं हुआ है, आराम से रहे. हाँ हाँ ठीक है, देखते हैं देखते हैं. देन वी आर लाइक चलो चलते हैं. मैं बोला भाई मैं अकेले नहीं जाऊंगा, सिगरेट तूने खत्म किया है, तू भी चलेगा मेरे साथ में. चलो एक बार देख के आता. मैं वहां पर जो पार्किंग जो मेन गेट है वहां पे एक अंकल बैठे हुए थे. मैं बोला कि भैया कोई मिलेगा. बोलता है भैया 9:30 बज रहा है, अब कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. और अब मिलना होगा भी तो मेन ऊटी बस स्टैंड जहाँ है वहां मिलेगा, सेंटर के बीच में.
Hmm.
मैं बोला उतना दूर. बोला हाँ. बोला, ठीक है चलो चलते हैं, लेना तो है, घूर के आ जाएंगे, नहीं होगा कुछ. द मोमेंट वी एग्जिटेड द होटल, वो वहां पे लाइट बोल के कुछ है ही नहीं. बस अपना
Hmm.
ही वो छोटा सा हिमालयन का बस लाइट जल रहा है, तो बस चल रहा है. और वो बोल रहा है भाई मैं बाइक नहीं चला रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं चलाना, मेरा फट चुका है. मतलब पता नहीं रास्ता से क्या गुजर जाएगा, हम क्या कर देंगे हमको नहीं पता है, हमको चलाना ही नहीं है बाइक. बोला भाई ठीक है हम चला रहे चलो. चला रहे अपन, पूरा अंधेरा, पिच डार्क, पिच डार्क. ही इज लाइक इधर इधर ऐसे ऐसे देख रहा है कि भाई कुछ आ ना जाए या ना जाए, वरना ठीक है चलो। वी टुक द सिगरेट, वी रिटर्न बैक। उसके बाद सिगरेट आया, मैं फूका, मैं सो गया। लाइक आई एम ऑफ। मैं थका हुआ था, मैं पूरा गंदा वाला सो गया, मुझे मतलब ही नहीं है दुनिया कहाँ पर है। मेरा नींद टूट रहा है सुबह, लाइक
हम्म
6:6। सो .6 या .7 ना, 7:30 7:38, क्योंकि 7:30 हाँ, क्योंकि हम लोग साढ़े मतलब इतना हो गया था कि वो बोल रहा था भाई हम रूम खाली करेंगे अभी का अभी। लाइक ऐसा, वो ना ऐसे, वो जो क्या बोलते हैं ब्लैंकेट होता है ना, ब्लैंकेट में
हम्म
ऐसे लेकर ऐसे करके मतलब कर्ल्ड ऑन होकर वो मेरे को ऐसे देखे जा रहा है, और मेरा नींद टूटा है। सेकंड ये चार्ज, वेट अ मिनट, मेरा कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ। ओके,
चार्ज नहीं हुआ क्या?
हाँ एक्चुअली लाइन चला गया, तो इन्वर्टर बस इस प्लग में था इसीलिए। तो ओके, सो द थिंग इज कि वो बंदा एकदम ऐसे कर्ल्ड ऑन होके मेरे को ऐसे देखे जा रहा है, टुक टुक, पूरा आंख लाल है उसका। मतलब समझ में आ रहा है वो बंदा सोया नहीं है रात भर, उसका माथा पूरा चला है। और मैं ना एकदम ऐसे करके सोया हूँ उसके तरफ ही, मतलब लिटरली मेरा प्रैक्टिकली मुंह उसके तरफ है। अब सुबह सुबह when you are waking up, you're opening your eyes and someone आपको ऐसे पिक करके देख रहा है, वो लाल आंख से ऐसे ही फट जाता है।
हम्म
मैं वो तो मैंने एक टेकन अबैक, मैं बोला अबे क्या हुआ, क्या कर रहा है।
हम्म
हिज फर्स्ट वर्ड्स है, भाई कितना बजे होटल खाली करना है। होटल खाली करना है, मतलब भाई ऊटी से चल निकलते हैं ना अपन, नहीं रहने का
हम्म
मन कर रहा है यार। मतलब क्यों, क्या हुआ भाई, अभी तो देख वेदर, एंड इट वाज एक्चुअली द नेक्स्ट डे, इट वाज ऑल ब्राइट ब्राइट एंड सनी, लाइक
हम्म
नथिंग नथिंग कैन हैपन राइट नाउ। मतलब भाई देख वेदर पूरा छट गया है, कहाँ अपन ने कल डिसाइड किया था कि निकल जाएंगे, लेकिन अब तो सब सही है ना, वेदर भी ब्राइट हो गया है, अपन रेस्ट भी ले लिए है, लेट्स हैव फन। लाइक नहीं भाई, आज निकलते हैं ऊटी से, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है। मतलब क्या हुआ बता पहले, ऐसे कैसे निकल जाएंगे। इज लाइक भाई तू तो घोड़ा बेच के सो गया था। बोला हाँ भाई हम घोड़ा बेच के ही सोते हैं। तो लाइक हुआ क्या ये बता। इज लाइक भाई 2 2:30 बज के या पौने 3 बजा था, आई डोंट एग्जैक्टली रिमेम्बर द टाइम, बट हम अपना वीडियो देख रहा था, मतलब ही वाज वाचिंग सम एनीमे, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट ही वाज एक्चुअली गोइंग ऑफ टू स्लीप।
हम्म
He said it was approximately 2:30 when he thought कि हाँ I will sleep, and approximately 15 to 20 30 minutes from there he is hearing a knock on the glass.
ओ
नॉट बोलता है भाई टैपिंग, वाटर टैपिंग स्टार्टिंग से हो रहा था, जो वाटर का टैप्स पड़ रहे थे ना वो स्टार्टिंग से हो रहा था।
हम्म
And he's actually a civil engineer, so he will be knowing what's the difference between a water tapping on a glass and all. He already have experienced those
हम्म
things while making bridges and all. So he's like भाई मेरे को पता है क्या होता है, आई एम नॉट अनएडुकेटेड राइट, आई नो व्हाट इट इज।
हम्म
मैं बोला भाई पर्दा हटा के देखा, बोला हाँ भाई मैंने देखा कोई नहीं था।
शिट
मैंने बोला मुझे उतना दम नहीं हुआ कि मैं पूरा पर्दा हटा के देख सकता, बट मैंने हल्का पर्दा हटाया, कोई नहीं था, बस नॉक पे नॉक हुए जा रहा था।
हम्म
मैं बोला भाई कुछ और हुआ होगा। नहीं भाई पहले नॉक पे नॉक हो रहा था, मैंने जस्ट अपना पूरा कान उन ढक लिया कि चलो हो जाएगा खत्म, हो जाएगा खत्म, और ये कंटिन्यू किया है पूरा 1 से 1.5 घंटा। एंड इन
हम्म
इट वॉज नॉट इवन रेनिंग आउटसाइड, बाहर रेन बंद हो चुका था। मैंने ये भी सोचा कि हाँ पहले का पानी जो जमा होगा वो बच रहा होगा, लेकिन वो अगर वो बचता तो हाउ कुड हैव इट नॉट साउंडेड टिल नाउ, एंड नाउ व्हाई इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ। उसके बाद उसने बोला भाई ऐसा भी आया 2 3 बार, लग रहा था कोई छत के रूफ में चल रहा है, एंड इट्स नॉट वन, इट वाज समथिंग, इट हैपेंड लाइक दो चल रहा है, एक ज्यादा जोर जोर से ठक 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 आवाज आ रहा है, एक हल्का आवाज आ
हम्म
रहा है। मैं बोला कि इसका मतलब बता भाई, एक तो लग रहा था बड़ा कोई चल रहा है, एक लग रहा है छोटा कोई, ऐसा आवाज लग रहा था, क्योंकि वो फोर्स वैसा आ रहा था, एक तो आवाज धप 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 आ रहा था, एक खट थप, मतलब थोड़ा बिट पिच लो पिच साउंड आ रहा था।
हम्म
मैं बोला अच्छा। बोलता है कि दोनों आवाज एक साथ भी आया है। बोला हाँ दोनों आवाज एक कभी कभी एक साथ भी आया है, कभी कभी नहीं भी आया है, लेकिन वो
हम्म
नॉक कंटिन्यूअसली 1 से 1.5 घंटा तक रहा है भाई। अब मुझे कोई टाइम का कोई मतलब नहीं था, बिकॉज एवरी टाइम इट वाज नॉकिंग आई वाज लाइक फक ऑफ। कि कौन कर रहा है। बोलता है भाई मैंने ये रूम नहीं छोड़ा, वरना मैं पूरा लिटरली इधर उधर सब जाके देख लिया कि कहीं कुछ है कि नहीं है। लाइक वो टैप किए जा रहा है, वो बार बार टैप हो रहा है, बोला उसके बाद मेरा इतना भी दम नहीं हो रहा था कि मैं बेड से नीचे उतर सकूं। बस मैंने कर्ल ऑन किया, कर्ल ऑन करके रहा, बोला लिटरली इट वाज लाइक 3:45 4 बज रहा था। तब उसने आवाज पूरा ये हुआ, खत्म हो गया। एंड फ्रॉम दैट ऑल्सो ही वॉज अनेबल टू स्लीप, कि मैं सो पाऊं, उतना उसको हिम्मत भी नहीं हो रहा है। तो वो ही इज लाइक ट्राइंग, बोलता है इसमें, बोल रहा है कि भाई मैंने तेरे को 3 4 बार उठाने का भी कोशिश किया तो नहीं उठा है। एंड आई नेवर रिमेम्बर दैट। बोलता है तू आंख तक नहीं खोला है। मैं बोला कि मैं मर किया हूँ, कुछ किया हूँ, क्योंकि मैं घर में करता हूँ कि लाइक व्हेन आई एम टायर्ड आई एम स्लीपिंग, मोबाइल मैं नहीं जाऊंगा या कुछ नहीं करूंगा। तो
हम्म।
मॉम इज लाइक कि नहीं तुम रिप्लाई किया है, तुम उठा नहीं है। आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, मतलब रिप्लाई किया था या ना, भाई तो रिप्लाई भी नहीं किया, तो चुपचाप सो रहा था मजे में। मैं बोला भाई ऐसा होता तो नहीं है, लेकिन हुआ तो हुआ है। उसके
तो मतलब
उसके बाद
देर इज नो प्रॉपर लॉजिकल एक्सप्लेनेशन उसके साथ वो रात को क्या हुआ?
वो तो हो गया, इतना आवाज
हम्म
हुआ, वो नहीं सो पाया, बोल गया। सुबह उठ के अपन लोग, और ना एक चीज वो वाला ना, तब हम लोग को समझ में आया जब अपन लोग ने दूसरे जगह गया। तब वो वाइब का एक जो नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव वाइब्स होते हैं ना, उसका एक डिफरेंस
हम्म
समझ में आया था, गंदा वाला।
हम्म।
तो यहाँ तो अपन लोग रह रहे थे, अब होटल बुक हो गया है, रहना है, रह रहे हैं, सुबह उठ के निकलना है। क्योंकि रूम एक दिन का ही अपन ने बुक किया था। अगर क्योंकि हम लोग पहले सोच लिए थे कि भाई एक दिन का बुक करते हैं, अगर अच्छा लगा दूसरा दिन रहेंगे, वरना भागेंगे यहाँ से।
हम्म
लाइक ओके। तो इस लाइक कि भाई निकलते हैं। मैं बोला ठीक है चलो, हो गया है। अब सिंस आए हैं, अभी 7:30 बज रहा है, 8 बजे तक प्रिपेयर
हम्म
हो जाएंगे अपन। तो चलो यहाँ पे होटल जो लेक्स आपका ऊटी लेक है, उसको घूर के आते हैं। उसके बाद फिर 11 बजे जैसे भी चेकआउट है, 11 बजे चेकआउट कर लेंगे अपन।
हम्म
We went to the Ooty lake and after 1.5 hours, just साढ़े 10 सवा 10 बजे अपन ने आया कि पैक वैक करके निकल लेंगे। मोस्ट थिंग्स वी हैव ऑलरेडी पैक्ड। अब वो होता है ना हैबिट कि हम लोग पूरा ऐसे सब प्लेस को देख लेते हैं कि यहाँ पे कुछ छूट ना जाए, तो हम लोग पिलोज एंड ऑल इधर उधर पे हटाते हैं। तो सब कर्टन्स वर्टन्स देख लेते हैं कि हाँ यहाँ पे कुछ है या नहीं है।
हम्म
वैसे करके हम लोगों ने सब हम लोग मैं एक्चुअली मेरा हैबिट है, क्योंकि मेरा ऑलरेडी एक सामान कहीं छूट गया था। तो उसके बाद से मैं और पूरा देखने लगता था कि कहीं भी कुछ ना छूट जाए, मेरा चार्जर वार्जर इंपॉर्टेंट है। मैं वो कर रहा था, करते करते अचानक से ना वो ग्लास जो था ना, ग्लास में ऐसा मुझे कुछ दिखा। मैंने जस्ट कर्टेन हटाया, वाला ग्लास लगा, मैं बोल रहा हूँ सौरभ को, बोल रहा हूँ भाई तू मतलब चुतियापा क्यों कर रहा है मेरे साथ, मतलब मैं इस सब का बाप हूं, तुम मेरा बाप बन रहा है। बोलता है, क्या
हम्म
हुआ भाई? बोलता है, तुम सुबह में साला वो नौटंकी कर रहा है मेरे साथ कि तुमको भूत दिखा है, भूत सुनाई पड़ा, ये हुआ, ये एक्सपीरियंस किया तुम, और अब यहाँ
हम्म
पे तुम क्या बना के रखा है मेरे लिए, ताकि हम डर जाए? हम है भाई सबका बाप, तुम किसको बापगिरी कर रहा है? बोलता है, क्या हुआ पहले वो बता। बोलो देख ऊपर, देयर वाज एक्चुअली, जो मैं वो मजाक कर रहा था ना कि ऐसे एक मार्क रहेगा, वहां
हम्म।
एक ऐसा नहीं, एक दो क्रॉस्ड मार्क है।
हो
ठीक है।
शिट।
अब द थिंग इज, छूना नहीं चाहिए कोई भी चीज हो, नॉर्मली वो ब्लैक मैजिक में होता है, बट आई एम फॉलोइंग फॉर दिस ऑल्सो, कि अभी नहीं
हम्म
छुएंगे, देखते क्या है। हम लोग अब उसको एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। अबे मैं बोला कि भाई हो सकता है वो बाहर का जो आदमी है ना, जो अपन आया था, मतलब जो बेल बॉय है, वो अपना कटलरी लेने आया होगा, वही बाजार वही कर दिया होगा, देखा होगा कोई नहीं है तो।
हम्म
बोला नहीं भाई हमको नहीं लग रहा है। अरे, ठीक है चलो एक बार देखते हैं। और ना वो ऐसा हाइट में था कि इवन कोई बच्चा का भी हाइट नहीं पहुंचेगा, एंड द फिंगर्स वर एक्चुअली बिग।
हम्म
ठीक है, लाइक बड़ा बड़ा फिंगर्स था, और मेरे हाइट से इतने हाइट पे ऐसे था वो। ठीक ठीक है।
हम्म
तो नॉर्मली या चाइल्ड, मतलब अगर हम लोग बोले कि चलो कोई बेसिक का बच्चा खेल रहा होगा, वो आ गया होगा, क्योंकि पास के 2 3 ब्लॉक छोड़ के ना एक बच्चे का फैमिली था। मतलब
हम्म
एक छोटे बच्चे था, मतलब एक छोटा बच्चा था और इसके एक मॉम डैड थे। तो मुझे
हम्म
लगा चलो उसके फैमिली का वो बच्चा होगा, घुटते घुटते इधर आ गया होगा, वो किया होगा। तो
हम्म
इज लाइक बच्चा का इतना छोटा हाइट होगा बे, इतना मोटे मोटे फिंगर्स। मैं बोला हाँ
हम्म।
पॉइंट तो है। देन इज लाइक पहले
पॉइंट तो है।
तो हाँ, तो उसके बाद इज लाइक, मैं बोला अच्छा एक बार जाओ बाहर। मैं वो बाहर भेजा उसको, मैंने देखा चलो पहले चेक करते हैं बाहर से किया हुआ भी है कि नहीं। वो बाहर में ना
हम्म।
पूरा ऐसे रब कर रहा है, वो मिट नहीं रहा है। सर मैं अंदर से
ओ,
गया, मिट गया, अंदर से मिट गया है।
तो
अब
अंदर से था वो।
हाँ वो अंदर से किया हुआ था। अब हम लोग का जब फटा, हम लोग फिर उसके बाद 2 मिनट भी नहीं रहे, सब मेरा लास्ट था, मतलब सामान वामान छोटा का पहले बाहर भागो यहाँ से।
तो एक्चुअली वो अंदर से था वो मार्किंग,
वो अंदर से
बाहर
था।
से नहीं।
और लिटरली ना हम लोग जब उसके बाद क्या हुआ, नेक्स्ट दिन ही उसको, हम लोग का प्लान था गोवा जाने का, गोवा में जाके 10 दिन स्पेंड, 5 दिन स्पेंड करके फिर वापस बैक टूर करने का। उसी दिन उसका कॉल आ गया कि नहीं आपको 10 दिन, 2 दिन के अंदर रिटर्न करना, बोला कि 2 दिन के पॉसिबल तो है नहीं, वो सिंगरौली में एक्चुअली उसका ऑफिस वर्क का वर्किंग प्लेस था, विच वॉज इन
हम्म।
एमपी एंड आपका बिहार का बॉर्डर में टाइप साइड। एमपी का
हम्म।
एक्चुअली, एमपी का एक्सट्रीम बॉर्डर साइड में है। तो
हम्म।
ही इज लाइक कि नहीं मेरे को ऑफिस ऑफिस मैं तो यहाँ पर हूँ, ऊटी में हूँ, मेरे को मिनिमम आने में 3 दिन किसी भी हालत में लगेगा। आई कांट
हम्म।
रीच दे बाय 2 डेज। तो इज लाइक ओके ठीक है, अब आज जल्दी इतना जल्दी हो सके आ जाओ। तो भाई बोला भाई अब गोवा तो होगा नहीं। आई रियली फील कि भाई वहां का इफेक्ट हो गया उस पर, ये साला उसी दिन भागना पड़ा हम लोग को। इज लाइक कि चलो ठीक है अब निकलेंगे। तो ये वाला न्यूज आया था शाम, दूसरा जगह में, दूसरा दिन, मतलब उसी दिन लेकिन शाम में। तो अपन लोग वहां ऑलरेडी एक दिन रह चुके थे, तो वहां से सीधा बैक टू पवेलियन जाना था। तो वो तो भागे भागे, व्हेन आई वाज एक्चुअली सीइंग द वीडियो, तो ना ऑब्वियसली गोप्रो है तो बहुत दूर, और यू कैन सी द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द पार्किंग एरिया एंड द रोड, क्रॉसिंग द रोड एंड देन द कॉटेजेस इज एक्चुअली फार।
हम्म।
तो जिस समय हम लोगों ने रूम एंटर किया था, हमें पूरा याद है, हमने पूरा विंडो को ऐसे सेपरेट किया था, ठीक है, वो फिल्मी स्टाइल में जैसे बोलते हैं ना, बोला भाई इसको रिकॉर्ड करेंगे कितना अच्छा लगेगा, ऐसे
हम्म।
पूरा खोलेंगे। तो लेकिन जब अपन लोग वीडियो का वो स्टार्टिंग देख रहे हैं, जब मेरा कैमरा ऐसे मैं बाइक से उतर के ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, वो ना एक्चुअली पर्दा यहाँ तक सड़ाया हुआ है, ठीक है,
हम्म।
और वहां पर ना एक्चुअली एक नहीं, एक बड़ा, दो छोटे छोटे बच्चे जैसा फिगर ऐसे ना एक अनसिमेट्रिकल वे में खड़ा है। अब सिंस
वीडियो में।
इतना दूर से, हाँ वीडियो में, उस
हम्म।
वीडियो का पॉज में, तो मैं पूरा ये पॉसिबल है क्या, मैंने उसे पूरा जूम इन किया, उसके बाद फिर वो एक रिलेटिवली फिगर जैसा लग रहा है कि हाँ एक फेस है, ये हाथ है, ये बॉडी है, ये इसका छोटा फेस है, इसका छोटा फेस है। अब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम लोग जिस समय एंट्री किए थे उसके बाद गोप्रो इतना गंदा रिएक्ट कर रहा था, तो अब गोप्रो बंद हो गया, कुछ हुआ तो रिकॉर्ड कुछ हुआ नहीं। सो ऑब्वियसली नो वन इज गोइंग टू ट्रस्ट लाइक दैट, बोलेगा हाँ चलो ये बना रहा है, बट भाई जिसके साथ हुआ है उसी को पता है कि बना रहे हैं कि क्या हुआ है। तो
वही वही करेक्ट।
इज लाइक कुछ कर नहीं सकते। तो उसके बाद हुआ कि अपन लोग वहां से निकले, निकल के ही इज लाइक, हम लोग सोच रहे उसके पहले ही जब हम लोग ऊटी लेके गए थे ना, तो द वी वर ऑल चीयर्ड कि चलो मजा आ रहा है, विल स्पेंड अ डे, चलो बाइक नहीं चलाते हैं क्योंकि थके हुए हैं, और तुम सोया भी नहीं है पिछला रात, तो कैब राइड करेंगे, कैब हायर करेंगे, उससे करेंगे अपन। तो वी ऑलरेडी वो, लेकिन ही इज लाइक नहीं भाई लेकिन वहां रहेंगे ठीक है, लेकिन अपन जाएंगे दूसरा होटल, वहां नहीं रहेंगे। हाँ हाँ ठीक है चलो। द मोमेंट वी हैव शिफ्टेड टू अनदर रूम ऑफ अ
हम्म।
डिफरेंट होटल, वहां का और यहाँ का एटमोस्फेयर, अभी भी पानी पड़ रहा था, अभी भी ठंड था, मतलब फिर से आफ्टर सम टाइम ना वो वेदर वैसा ही हो गया, वो
हम्म।
पानी पानी जैसा वेदर हो गया, शाम में फिर पानी पड़ने लगा, ऑब्वियसली वैसा हुआ। बट वहां का शाम का वेदर, यहाँ का शाम का वेदर, वो भी सेम रूम, पूरा साउंड प्रूफिंग रूम है, ग्लासेस लगे हुए हैं, इसका भी रूम साउंड प्रूफिंग ग्लासेस लगे हुए हैं, बट वहां का ईरीनेस जो था वो यहाँ है ही नहीं, लाइक वी आर जॉयफुल इन दिस एरिया कि यहाँ कुछ नहीं हुआ है, और ज्यादा डिफरेंस भी नहीं था कि हाँ ये मेन सिटी, इट वाज जस्ट लाइक कितना 500 मीटर्स इवन क्रॉसिंग द मेन, मतलब इसको क्रॉस करके और अंदर में था 500 मीटर।
हम्म।
तो इट वाज नॉट इवन वेरी मच फार कि हाँ मेन रोड पे आ गए अपन, या फिर मेन हो गया कि निकलने के लिए ढुकने के लिए कोई एरिया नहीं है, मतलब इट्स लाइक वेरी सेक्लूडेड एरिया ओनली। लेकिन जो वाइब में चेंजेस था ना उस दिन मैंने लिटरली वो एक्सपीरियंस किया। एक
एक्चुअली
जगह
होता है
नेगेटिव वाइब्स
ये,
कितना है, और एक
नेगेटिव
जगह
और
इस जगह
पॉजिटिव।
पॉजिटिव कितना है यहाँ पर, लाइक यहाँ वी आर फीलिंग लाइक जॉयफुल एंड चेयरिंग अप एंड ऑल। वहां ना थोड़ा शांत शांत थे, हम लोग खुद शांत हो गए थे कि हाँ भाई कुछ ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, कुछ नहीं लग रहा है, तो ये थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस खराब लगा था कि नहीं।
हाँ,
होता है। पर
होता है। और ये प्रॉपर्टी भी देखो, इट इज आई थिंक सो लाइक ब्रिटिश एरा के टाइम पे, तो डेफिनेटली आई स्टिल बिलीव फोर्ट्स जो भी है ना, फोर्ट जो ब्रिटिश एरा के टाइम से अब तक है, दैट इज हंड्रेड
हाँ, हंड्रेड
परसेंट
परसेंट
हॉन्टेड,
वांटेड
क्योंकि कुछ ना कुछ तो हुआ रहेगा ना,
हुआ है, ऑब्वियसली।
इंडिपेंडेंस के टाइम पे या कुछ ना कुछ तो रहता है वो। बट वेरी वेरी क्रीपी क्रीपी
अब
स्टोरी
इस
एंड
होटल के बारे में जो स्टोरीज थे वो ये है कि
हाँ।
वहां पर ड्यू टू सम रीजन
हम्म
कोई, मतलब एक मॉम थे, उसके दो बच्चे थे, और एक,
हम्म
मतलब एक उसके उस फादर थे, जो मतलब एक पूरा फैमिली था, उनका
हम्म
डेथ हुआ है। कोई एक रीजन था, मुझे उतना याद, ठीक से याद नहीं है। लेकिन
हम्म
पूर्णिमा के रात में बहुत सारे गेस्ट ने ये बोला है कि
हम्म
उन्हें एक बच्चे की रोते हुए आवाज सुनाई पड़ती है।
ओ
एक्चुअली बहुत सारा लिखा हुआ था। अब ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ प्रॉपर्टी एंड पीपल विल ट्राई टू फॉग इट अप कि हाँ नहीं, ताकि ऑब्वियसली इफ समवन, इफ समथिंग लाइक दिस floats in the air, then people will not go to that hotel, right? Only
हम्म
just the ones who want to experience such a thing, they will only be visiting. और हो सकता है फ्लोटिंग के कारण ही वहां कोई नहीं था।
हम्म कुछ भी हो सकता है।
कुछ भी हो सकता है।
पर आपका
तो
एक
मैं,
यूट्यूब चैनल है क्या?
हाँ।
मैं अभी जस्ट सब्सक्राइब किया आपको।
थैंक्स। सो वो हुआ। तो एक्चुअली एक और है, बट टाइम बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है
हाँ, 3 घंटा हो
रिजर्विंग
गया
इट।
अभी।
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली ये मैं पहले बार देखा कि आपने इतना लंबा किया है।
पहली
एक्चुअली मैं
बार
और
आपने
पहले
कर
आता।
दिया।
हाँ, एक्चुअली मैं पहले आता, बट एक्चुअली सेमिनार चल रहे, तो आपका यहाँ पे वीडियो यहाँ पे चल रहा है, एक कान पे यहाँ है, एक यहाँ पे दूसरा चल रहा है, इसका यहाँ पर है। मैं बोल रहा हूँ हाँ हाँ, ओके ओके। हाँ, मैं यहाँ सुन रहा हूँ, आप बोल रहा हूँ, यहाँ टाइप कर रहा हूँ। लाइक, और उसमें मेरा कैम है नहीं, तो कैम बस उसमें मतलब आईपैड में ही है, तो वो वाला में
हाँ।
कैम है नहीं, तो लैपटॉप में बस आपका 10 वीडियो देख रहा था मैं,
हम्म
और बस रिप्लाई
चलेगा,
कर रहा
नेक्स्ट
था।
नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम पे भी आ जाओ।
हाँ हाँ, ओके
और
ओके।
if you have your friends and all who like horror stuff, share with them as well, so
हाँ,
more people come, more fun it
या
will be.
ऑब्वियसली।
But story was amazing, something which you cannot explain, it's an unexplainable thing, but
एग्जैक्टली।
good story. Thank you for coming, और इतना बात किया तो ऑलमोस्ट हाफ एन आवर 45 मिनट्स हो गया अभी। तो अच्छा है, अच्छा है। So
ओके।
keep coming on my streams.
या हो गया,
Okay.
या
And how did you
चलो।
find my channel? Just a curiosity, like how did you find the channel?
आई वाज एक्चुअली सर्चिंग फॉर हॉरर स्टोरीज। I just
Okay.
searched for some horror stuff, like horror stories or something. I actually hear a lot of stories from everywhere, whoever
Hmm.
interesting. And then I saw your that unique thumbnail you make, like
Hmm.
half divided,
हाँ
half
हाँ हाँ
like
हाँ
half dark and half red. Like
हाँ
ये interesting लग रहा है। Like, and then like, I started listening to one, and then I completed whole of your list. मैं बोला भाई
Hmm.
अब तो कुछ बचा नहीं, अब इनका लाइव स्ट्रीम जो है वो देखते हैं। मैं सब दिखते हैं बोले भाई, ये तो इसलिए दैट्स व्हाई नो आई हैव एक्चुअली हर्ड देम ऑल इन रिसेंटली इन जस्ट 2-3 days। तो आई एम
Hmm.
लाइक भाई ये तो ऑलरेडी इन्होंने बोल चुका है, अब फिर बोल रहा है आज फिर बोल रहे हैं ये।
हाँ, तो
लाइक
क्या
ओके।
क्या करने का, कितना स्टोरीज है, उतना ही स्टोरीज है तो फिर भी अभी एक नया स्टोरी मिला है ना, तो अच्छा है। चलो,
चलो,
थैंक
गुड
यू,
नाइट।
गुड
या
नाइट, सी यू
गुड
सून,
नाइट।
गुड
सी
नाइट,
यू
गुड
सून।
नाइट। Oh, that was something lovely. 45 minutes, good conversation. I really get excited when someone comes on my stream and talk, because how long can you talk to yourself? So it was exciting. It was really exciting. How many people are there right now who are still there? Is there anyone? Can you just comment and let me know? Are you there? You are not there. It's not that you need to come. If you feel like coming and sharing, then you're most welcome. If not, then I will end the stream. But it was a lovely conversation, and good story. So, yes, loved the conversation. And there is only one way which you guys can support me right now, and that is by subscribing to my channel. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel, because if you support me, I will able to do this on regular basis. I can talk a lot about ghost stories. I'm reading a lot of horror books so that I can convert that into episodes. So you don't need to read, you just need to listen. I will do a lot of things, but for that I need your support, and there is only one way to support me, and that is subscribing to my channel, liking, and the main thing is sharing my link, uh, my channel link, with your friends who like horror stuff. So we can build a community who enjoys horror stuff, and then every week we can have a YouTube live session where we can talk to each other. So I think so we are done for today's live. And for people who don't know, I have my episodes also on the audio platforms, on Spotify, on Ghana. So if you are doing simultaneously another work and you cannot open YouTube, you can go on Ghana, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, search SYWK Podcast, and you can listen to my episodes as well while doing some work. Or else YouTube is anyways there. So always there for you guys to entertain you guys in terms of the horror content. And also do follow me on Instagram if you haven't, because every day I update or do something on Instagram, because I'm more active on Instagram throughout the day. And then there are some funny reels also which I put on Instagram, so go check it out. And overall, support, and thank you for coming. But now, as I can see, okay, there are three people live. I want to know who are these three people. You can just say hi, hello, something on the chat, so I know that you guys have stuck for 3 hours. So if you can just say hi, hello, I will know that that you you were the one who stayed for 3 hours. So I'm just waiting. Come on, say, chat. Say in the chat, hi, it's me. Say in the chat, hi, it's me. Hi, hi. Come on, come on. Who are these three people? Come on, who are these three people? Oh, I think so. It's a ghost, because there are three people or three viewers who is watching this, but they are not typing on the chat, because ghost cannot type, only humans can type. I think so. I'm talking shit because, anyways, I'm sleepy. So, yeah, thank you once again. This was one of the best live streams ever, because, I got a chance to speak to Doctor on Wheels, Dr. Kumar, and, listening to other people and listening to their stories and their experiences always fun. And, yes, thank you, thank you so much. And I shall see you in my next live stream. Till then, you can enjoy some music till I go. Bye, everyone. Good night and go to sleep. Bye, everyone. Good night and go to sleep.